So we're going to talk about the WIZZ app.
Yeah.
And the WIZZ app is for 13 to 24-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
And they're calling it the Tinder for kids.
Right. Well, because it kind of is.
Even though they're mixing 13 to 24.
13 to 24 is crazy.
It's crazy. It's worldwide. You swipe and everything. There's sexually explicit content. Mm-hmm. There's pictures you can send. There's chats. Right. They said it's literally just like Tinder. Except they're not calling it that. They're calling it a social app. I like to care, but I don't know. Your words can't shake my bones. Though I'm stronger than you know. Your fire can't melt my soul. No.
Do a little chatting.
Yep.
Piss a few people off. A lot more than a few, probably. Everyone.
We're gonna piss a lot of people off, but I think we're gonna also make a lot of people happy because we're gonna say what they want to say, what they're thinking. We're gonna say the quiet part out loud.
If you don't find something to relate to, like, get out of here.
Get out.
Look right in the eyes. Get out.
I'm just kidding. Bye.
In the shadows, I found my light. In the chaos, I found my fight.
We're excited to announce that we're partnering with GhostBed. Their mattresses are crazy comfortable and super cool, literally, thanks to their patented cooling technology. And they ship right to your door. If you're ready to level up your sleep,
head on over to ghostbed.com/unfiltered for 10% off their already insanely low prices.
Scary low.
Me and Tyler were talking about that, how women are like not funny.
Yeah.
But like we are.
Yeah. We are.
But like women aren't. They're just like not funny.
No, you know how like there was that one like not to bring up Sydney Sweeney again, but there was that one interview that she was doing, and she was playing with that little swirly thing, and she was like, "This is Bob. This is Bob."
And it like isn't funny.
Bob, and I was like,
"That's not funny." Like they're not funny.
Like people are only laughing because you're pretty,
right? Like Vanessa, the infamous Vanessa used to try to be funny like in the chats, and it was like, honestly, it was like almost cringeworthy.
Yeah,
it's like that's not. It's
yeah,
like
you
not
either
funny.
have
it's
to
not
fully
funny at
commit.
all.
You have to fully commit to the cringe, or actually be funny.
Right.
Like those are the only two options. So,
okay, go.
LOL. Okay. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered and Unfazed. I'm your host, Tessa.
I'm Heather.
Sorry, you said go and then immediately put ice in your mouth.
I know. ASMR.
Okay, that's so funny.
Welcome back.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's been quite eventful so far for me personally.
Same.
So it's like, how is it only like the second, and I'm like, wow, so much has happened in the past 48 hours. Mm-hmm. The bird of it all for me. The bird of it all.
Like, the bird is the word.
I'm like, what the heck even? Like, dude. I like, okay, so yeah. My fault. My bad. Okay. I have trusted my cats for almost...
I was going to say, you like leave it open for them, right? It's been
almost 2 years. Yes. And I only leave it open for a very small amount of time. Like, and it's while I'm there. Like, and so I left it open a little bit longer because I just had something really quick to run and do and come back. So I wasn't like... The worst he's ever brought in is like a little tree frog, a lizard, like nothing like that flies. Nothing large. But my Toji's a killer. So, the government's sending birds into my apartment and he's going to murder them. Right. And
just so you know, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. I know the birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Right.
And I know that you're trying to listen to me. You want to know what I have to say when I'm alone? Well, it's not your business. That's between me, myself, and I, and the Lord.
Right.
But, it was crazy because like I was on the phone with one of my friends when I opened the door, and I opened the door and I go, oh, like, cause it took me a second. Like I was like, what's all over my floor?
Right. Like what?
I was like, what is everywhere? And then I was like, oh my God, those are feathers. Oh my God, those are feathers. And so I just shut my door.
You're like,
I didn't even go into my apartment. I shut the door and then I go downstairs to my friend's apartment and I knock on the door, and they answer and I go, Toji killed a bird in my apartment. I can't. Can you please help? And then so she sent her boyfriend out to my apartment, and I literally stood outside of my door.
Are you telling me you're not a strong, independent woman?
I'm telling you, I am a strong and independent because I have to be. Because I don't have another option. Right. I would love to not.
But it's okay to sometimes need.
I literally went downstairs and got a man. Like,
absolutely.
I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, I can't, LOL. No, literally. And so I was like, okay, like, please help me. And he just came up, he got it, put it in a paper towel, and he took it out of my home. And I was like, thank you. Cause I couldn't imagine putting it in the trash. And then because you can only put the trash out in the morning. So it would have to wait until the morning because there's raccoons and stuff that will tear up my trash, and that would be even worse. But then alternatively, I have cats who would tear up my trash to try to get that dead bird, and so he just took it and disposed of it. Not my business. I didn't see the bird itself.
You didn't?
No, I couldn't. It hurts. Like, I know that Toji is trying to protect me, and I respect like animals that hunt and like people that hunt, whatever. But I myself can't look at a lifeless thing, especially like a lizard. Okay. A bird. No.
That got like maimed.
No, literally. There were so many feathers. Yeah. There were so many
that was
feathers.
Wild. Like,
I was like,
so many that I didn't even know they like had that many.
No, I vacuumed. And I also learned that I'm allergic to birds. Like, I'm not kidding. My nose is literally like red. Like, if you looked on the inside, it's like red and like raw because how much I was sneezing and blowing my nose. I had to wrap a silk bandana around my face just so that like I could vacuum. And I didn't know. And now I know I'm allergic to birds. So
he really essentially saved
your life. He really
life.
saved my life, but like just in a really messy way.
Right.
It's like he's chaotic good, but still chaotic. Toji is just his own little thing,
We love him.
I do, and he's great. And Maymay just wanted nothing to do with it. She was like laying somewhere else separate. She's just like, that had nothing to do with me. And I'm like, okay, girl, you're right. You wouldn't do that. And now every time I open the bathroom door, Toji runs in there because he thinks
it's still in there.
I was like, I should have let him. Like, I should have had my neighbor show him the bird.
You're like, you killed it. He's dead. He's gone.
Right. I was like, because I'm like, he's not gonna be in there, buddy. He's not gonna be in there. You think I'm gonna let a dead bird stay in my like? Thank you for saving me. I wasn't there. Thank you for saving me. I guess my cat's vicious to intruders. What can I say?
It's so funny when you sent me that. I was like, what do you mean?
It was terrible and hilarious. And I also took it as a sign not to go out. So I didn't. Yeah. Like, it was New Year's Eve. I was like really crazy, like all of that stuff. And then all of the cleaning that had to, like, Heather, I'm still finding feathers. By the way. I have vacuumed my apartment. Like, I had to the point, like, I had to take Benadryl yesterday. Yeah. And I just couldn't. I get real groggy on Benadryl.
Yeah, same.
And so I'm vacuuming still. And, like, I'm like, I don't think it'll ever end. I don't think I'll ever get rid of all those feathers.
I've never seen anything like that.
So many feathers.
It's on our Instagram page if you want to go take a look.
It was insane, honestly. And I just can't be bothered with it any longer.
I would have done the same thing. It's actually reminds me of when I was pregnant with Bradley. So this is 21 years ago. Me and my roommate decided that it was a good idea to both get puppies at the same time. And we left them I think they weren't in crates. I don't know what happened or what we were thinking. And I opened the door and what I walked into was they got into all the pee-pee pads. So the whole entire house, I'm talking entire house, was shredded up pee-pee pads. The entire house. Great. Piss and shit also. And I opened the door and I remember just closing the door and walking away. I was like, I actually can't. You can't. I was like, I just can't right now.
No, literally.
So we're going to revisit this.
That's what that was.
Another time.
I was like,
Yeah.
I can't do this right now.
Yeah.
And I had just had like a very busy, like back to back slammed day at work. And so I was just ready to just relax for a little while before I went and watched, because all I did for New Year's is watch Stranger Things.
Yeah.
The finale or whatever. And it took up so much time.
Yeah.
Just cleaning the feathers.
Yeah, like not what I needed.
Yeah, and I still need to go through and do like a deep clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so too much. It's just too much. And for those of you who like know me truly, like my friends that are watching, they know like I don't mess with birds, okay? I don't like birds.
Either.
I don't like, and I know
I don't like any I know, unpopular opinion, because everybody loves animal. I don't not like animals, but like wildlife, like lizards, birds.
Like, it's wild for
any kind of rodents. I don't do at all.
No, and the thing about it is like I fully like believe that some birds are fake, and so I'll say
They're
like
spies.
Birds aren't real, right?
Yeah.
And people be like, oh, some birds are real. I'm like, no, obviously some birds are real, but like, you know, pigeons were trained comms, like they were communication devices. I'm like, so you're telling me they like
don't have them
don't
anymore?
do that?
Yeah.
They just don't know how to communicate.
It's almost like how we just like don't go to the moon anymore.
Right. I'm like, come on, like they're not.
We just
real.
stopped doing these things.
Right.
We just said, you know what? We're done. Technology has advanced, but we're done with all that.
Yeah. It's like we're never again going to. It's the same thing that like when the CIA was doing. Yes, the CIA was doing experiments during what's the thing that I love so much where they created LSD? MK Ultra. When they were doing the MK Ultra experiments and they learned that with or without being dosed with LSD, men will give up secrets after they have sex. And they're just going to stop using that. Oh, but OnlyFans is the most popular thing right now. They're getting your secrets. They're getting your secrets. Put on your 10 hats. They're getting your secrets. The reason that they're getting you addicted to all of these things is because they want your data. Why? So they know how to control you. Put on your 10 hats. I swear, guys. Like, I know that I sound crazy with it, but that's what's happening.
No, you don't.
It's like they learned that men are vulnerable after sex. So and what do you hear in Hollywood? Sex sells. All of this, like all of this, and
sex
it just
parties,
keeps getting younger
freak-offs,
and younger.
This, that.
And now it's like we're basically like even the stuff that we're talking about today, like
so
like
good transition.
Literally, it's younger and younger and younger. So like they're training, training all of these
good
like
segue.
young girls and boys to be able to get information out of people using sex, and it's crazy. Like it's crazy because it's so easy. It's so easy. Like you don't even have to have sex with a man. All you have to do is like compliment him one time and like put your arm in his shoulder and he's ready to give you secrets.
Yeah, do you even have to do that?
I don't think so.
Like, God.
Like you just have to be nice one time and it's like that's where we are. Come on.
Thank God, I'm not.
Come on.
In that
Please.
world.
Please.
So speaking of sex sells and it getting younger and younger, what we are going to be discussing today is the disturbing
child
porn that is essentially on the interwebs. And by that, we're talking about child websites that are
targeted to
legal.
children. Yeah.
They are legal.
Right.
And they are like, you have age requirements that are in the younger category. So we're going to talk about the WIZZ app.
Yeah.
And the WIZZ app is for 13 to 24 year olds. And they're calling it the Tinder for kids.
Right. Well, because it kind of is.
Even though they're mixing 13 to 24.
13 to 24 is crazy.
It's crazy. It's worldwide. You swipe and everything. There's sexually explicit content. There's pictures you can send. There's chats. They said it's literally just like Tinder. Except they're not calling it that. They're calling it a social app.
Right.
So it says the actual description is WIZZ is a social networking app for teens and young adults 13 to 24 to meet new people, make new friends, and chat. Functioning like Tinder, straight up says it, for friendships with profile swiping and instant messaging. Now, this is where this is obviously not from their website, but It has faced significant safety concerns, including reports of inappropriate content, sextortion, ports of inappropriate content. Sextortion and difficulties with age verification, leading to removal from app stores at times, despite its efforts to implement safety. So parents have gone on and been like, "Hey, I'm 13,"
Right.
and they're like 50, but there's no
Right.
like age verification.
No, because how can you prove?
Like 13-year-olds don't necessarily have IDs.
Like
so they
you're
can't require
submitting
an ID.
like now in Florida, Pornhub requires you to
Right.
submit your ID.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
And if that's not what you're doing, then you're not doing age verifications. And by the way, the only reason that they implemented that is because somebody tried to sue Visa and MasterCard
Oh, yeah, you
over
were saying
letting
that.
their
Yeah.
and because their money was about to stop. That's why they
were
did
like,
that.
"Oh, we have to do this now. We don't care about actual child predators and
No.
the fact that underage people are viewing this and making content."
Well, because it was a ridiculous amount, like 90% of the content was CSA, like child sex abuse material.
Yes.
Like, so
Yeah.
it's
And
like they had to take down 50
unconsensual.
million videos. Yeah. Which was insane. Like
Insane.
But it's crazy because they took them down like that, which lets you know they knew about them.
Right. Because that would take a lot of
Right.
time to investigate and
Yeah.
figure out.
Yeah.
So basically, we now have a Tinder for kids. That should infuriate
Everyone.
all adults, whether you have kids or not.
Well, yeah, because even let's say it's only for 13 to 17-year-olds. They're all still why like why are kids worried about like, oh my god, who am I dating, who should I date, oh my god, kids shouldn't be worried about that. Like,
yeah. And I mean, there is Snapchat, so people are like, but Snapchat already exists. It's like, okay, so let's add something that's worldwide also, that has
Right.
really no guidelines,
Right.
and that specifically Snapchat is for everyone. I have my qualms with Snapchat, don't get me wrong,
Right.
but this is specifically for younger people. So that is called grooming. I don't know
Right.
if you all know.
It is.
But when you gear something towards small, younger crowds to be like, this is okay, this is acceptable, this is how
Right.
society works, it's called
Right.
grooming.
It is. That is grooming. It's 100% grooming. And it's weird. Like the thing, even like initially, the thing that strikes me the most is 13 to 24.
Yeah, that's a weird.
That's weird.
13 is like,
that
13-year-olds
is like,
now are like mentally slow because of social media and like you were
Yeah.
saying, because of
but
technology.
not in dating, because
Right.
what do you see
exactly.
on what do you
but
see on
socially
TV?
they're
You
like,
see-
it's like not there.
what is it, Love Island, like Bad Girls Club, like all of these like reality television, like Housewives. We see all of this
Yeah.
and all of this sexual promiscuity. Even the Secret Life of Mormon wives are
Yeah.
talking about like all of the sexy crazy things that they do, and like these are playing on stations that are like easily accessible to kids.
Right.
This
It's
is
not like 18
like
plus.
it's on Hulu, it's on
Yeah.
Netflix, it's
Yeah.
on everything, and it's very easy to access. And so all of these kids are seeing like, oh, if I behave in this way, then I can get a man, and if I get a man, I can have an easy life. But that's not how it works.
It's not how it works. And this is an interesting little tidbit. It features age matched chatting. So if you're a 50-year-old pedophile, what are you going to do? You're going to put in that you're 13 because
Right.
you want to match with other 13-year-olds.
right.
So like what? So
Right.
this is where parenting comes in. You need to check your kids' phones.
Right.
You need to make sure they don't have this app. You
Yeah.
need to make sure that they're not doing this type of thing. No Snapchat. No. And that sounds, oh, that's so strict. Everybody else has it. It's like, I'm telling you right now,
No,
you have to protect them.
you have to protect your kids. Like in Australia, they just passed the law where I think it's nobody under 16 or nobody under 18
really?
can have social media anymore. And obviously you're going to have some lying and some bumps
Yeah.
and stuff at first, but they are the first ones to pass this law, and several other countries are looking to follow suit. Like banning children from using social media apps. And that doesn't mean like banning children from accessing the internet. Like
Right.
obviously like in school you need to research and like look
Right,
things up
right,
and like
right,
all
right.
of that. Like it's really a helpful tool in that way, but like banning children from any social media apps.
Yeah.
Like, because what we've come into is like social media thrives on the exploitation of children. Like it really doesn't matter, like, because the way that it started, like influencers, that's like, I feel like my generation of people were the first generation of like influencers.
Yeah.
Like not like not like famous, not like Paris Hilton. Like those are like the
No, where you're
original
just famous because
influencers.
you're
Right.
on social media. Like
Right,
you don't have
exactly.
any other.
But people that
That's-
were
I don't wanna say
famous
accomplishment,
from
but-
social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're talking people like Charlie D'Amelio, like that's a little bit after me, but like even before that, we're talking like Tana Mojo, like the Vlog Squad, like
Right.
all of that. Like those people are all like my age or older. And so it's like crazy because they all started getting really famous on like Vine and YouTube.
Yes,
and
yes.
and that's where we really started getting the social media influencer thing. And everybody thinks that like, oh, I can do this if I just post this many times a day. I was like, but you're just feeding the machine. These people are famous because they're being themselves.
You want to know what I'm seeing a lot of? Speaking of that, is recently, and it's weird because it's recent. I've been seeing a lot of, I guess you could say like mental breakdown videos of influencers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a trend, and I use that term loosely, but they're, because what their angle is normalizing the realities of like, let's say motherhood, let's say relationships. And it's like, I'm for that, to show the side that's not always rainbows and butterflies.
Right.
But they're borderlining exploitation of that.
Yeah.
So there's people that are out there suffering, right?
Right.
There's people that are out there that are like, oh my gosh, I'm literally breaking down. These kids are screaming. These kids are crying. My husband's pissing me off. Like, and like this one that I keep seeing because I watched one of her videos. So now my whole thread is that. I'm so sorry because this is one of those things where I'm like trying not to judge because I've done it before and it bit me in the ass really hard. But I almost want to be like, I think you need to get like
Help.
you need to get like some kind of really serious help.
Yeah.
But I'm like, or is this like remember that Mud Mom, Ruby? Is this
Ruby
like
Frankie?
am I exploiting this?
Right.
Like I can't tell now which
Well,
one.
are
Is
her
she
kids
truly
are her kids in the videos?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, wow.
like she's like always like she's always breaking Tessa.
Yeah.
Like she has 2 kids.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Yeah.
But like she has 2 kids and a husband.
Yeah.
And you would think that like, so obviously I think she might have postpartum. Like the baby's not a baby, but like, so she's got some stuff going on. So I can't judge that.
Yeah.
I'm not judging that. It's that where's the line of I'm sharing this for awareness and to maybe help others and exploitation of this situation where I'm normalizing it so much that maybe somebody else will be like, okay, it's normal. And I feel seen, but I'm going to leave it at that because it's normal.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I don't think there is a line. Because
I
I
don't
think
there
that
is either.
Because I also think that like as like people and human beings, like sometimes you just go through a really, really, really hard time in your life. And so all of your content is going to be like that.
Right.
But if you are noticing that all of your content is like that, you probably need help. Like you probably
like
are
maybe
like
show people
getting to
like
a point. Like, yeah, like
that part of it.
Right. Like, what are you doing? Like, I understand that you're frustrated and you're upset and like all of this stuff, but like, are you just like telling us that so that you can know that like, we're not alone? Are you getting help for yourself? Because are you trying to normalize like, well, if you just stick it through, because not all times can you stick it through. Sometimes you do need help. And so it's like, I understand that's like really hard to ask for because like when you do have kids, like people like you do lose a lot of friends and you do have different like priorities and you do have different things that you have to do. But like, it's like, I agree with you. At some point, it's like, if this is the only content they are making, it's like, are you choosing to suffer?
Or are you realizing that this was what goes viral?
Right. And so that's
now
what is happening.
Like, you know what I mean?
Because those kind of videos aren't new. They're not new. It's not a trend.
They're not new, but I'm seeing a lot of it. And then I'm also seeing... so that wasn't even my whole point. I'm also seeing influencers specifically breaking down about being influencers.
Yeah.
And
I think that's part of the, part of the,
I mean, you're in the public eye.
Well, I just think it's part of the process of being an influencer.
Yeah.
I think like there's so many different things that you have to do to, appease the people.
Yeah.
and they really do demand a lot of you. But I think that just like any job, like it has like a lot of pressure, and if you can't handle the pressure, then you can't have that job.
Yeah.
Like, because people are going to be mean to you on the internet. They're gonna say things.
Yes.
They're gonna make up lies. They're
And
gonna
you can
bully
be the
you.
strongest person in the world.
You might even get doxxed. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, when you're choosing to put yourself out there, like, oh, should people do that? No.
No.
People should mind their own business.
They're going to,
But
though.
they're going
They are
to.
going to.
I was like, we've been called horrendous things. Like, I've been called
and we're
so
not
many
even
things.
big. Think about having millions of followers. Out of those millions of followers,
Exactly. We
least
get at least
1,000
like 2
people
or
are
3
gonna-
hate comments per
Yeah.
anything we post, and they're mean, guys. They're not even like loser. No, they're like mean. They'll be like, your mother never loved you or something like that. You know, it's
seriously.
like
And
it's
it's
like
like
you
lame.
look like you never knew the love of a father.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, okay, got me there.
Touche.
Like,
But yeah, so I've been seeing that. I know that's not new, but I've just been seeing it a lot lately.
but it
I
is a
think
lot.
it's because, like you said, there was a time period where it blew up so big, and
Yeah.
now all those people, it's hitting them.
right.
Because like one of them, she does like food content, but she also does like she does just like her life, and she's been. Like she went from really one of those happy laughing and
Yeah.
she's been like almost all her videos are like her crying because
Yeah.
she's like, I've never really let the comments or the haters get to me.
Right.
Lately they have been.
Yeah.
And like,
And that's
she's been
just a
doing
sign
it for
that
years.
you need to take a break.
Yeah. Like, it's like,
Like,
okay, well, this is
I
not.
fully believe that. Like, it's the same thing. Like, when I like a few months ago cut down on the amount of days that I work,
Yeah.
that I do lashes. And if you guys don't know, I do lashes. And because I had gotten to a point where I was working so much, and it's not that like, okay, I was working 5 days a week, normal, whatever. But the fact of the matter is every single day, like every single hour, I'm having to interact with a new person, a new thing, take
That's
on
a
a new,
lot.
all the
It
time.
really is a lot,
And I'm
yeah.
fully, and I'm very blessed to
And
be
this
fully
is not
booked
like
and
fast
like,
food where you have a 10-minute interaction.
no, I'm
you
having
have
an
to deal
hour
with this person for an hour to
conversation,
2 hours.
and they want to talk to me, and they want to, and
Yeah.
they want to tell me everything that's going on in their lives. I'm these women's therapist,
Yeah.
like most of the time, like, and I try to give good advice. I don't try to just be like I'm not just like a yes man or
Yeah.
like anything like that, but it was a lot, and it got to the point that I was like carrying the weight of so many women
Yeah.
that I was breaking down myself. Like I was getting sick. I was physically getting
Yeah.
sick. I was so exhausted. Like a lot of things had happened in our management, which made me have to be in control of a lot of things on top of like what I was already doing. And it got to the point where I was sick. And luckily I am like, you know, booked and busy enough to be able to only work
Yeah.
4 days a week now. But it's like, the fact that I like, if I didn't have that extra, like I would be going insane. Like I was breaking down all the time. Like it wasn't even my depression season either.
Yeah.
It was like, usually I'm happy around this time of the year, but I literally like was like going home and crying every single night because I was so exhausted and so like overwhelmed. And so I think that's what social media too. Like
Yeah.
if it's getting to the point where all of your content, you're crying, you're this, you're that, like you need to stop for a
Yeah.
while. You need to stop and two things, relearn why you fell in love with doing this in the first place, because you're not going to be successful if you don't like it, if you don't love it.
Yeah.
That's just plain and simple. I'm so sorry. Like if this is something that you hate, why would you want to be successful in that
Yeah.
area? You shouldn't.
Yeah.
So just get off. And if you can't handle people saying bad things about you, the internet might not be for you. Like, because people are going to do
It's
that.
horrific.
It is horrific. And it's just like, but it's also sad because like, I think, yeah, normalize people going through things, but if that is all of your content, like it is definitely damaging you.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis for pets and people. To detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
Like you're
Like I said, when when Logan's dad first died, there was a lot of, obviously my whole algorithm, all the pages were like people that lost a partner, or people that lost the father of their children, or people that lost somebody to suicide. It was like all the
Right.
things, right?
Right.
And at first there was some helpful stuff. Like there was some helpful stuff. After about 3-4 months,
right.
I was like, these people are exploiting this.
Yeah.
I'm
because
going
it's the
through, I
same
know what they're
person.
going through.
Right.
And I get it. Everybody's different, but I'm
Yeah.
saying they are, because I'll look back at their page and their thing happened 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're in the same spot.
Yeah.
They're
exactly.
not like, oh, I've moved forward, I'm doing better. They're
Right.
like, so I'm like, now you either really are in the same spot or you're exploiting this.
Right.
And now you're normalizing being in this spot for so long that
Right.
I almost was just like, I had to like,
Yeah. You have to
not
kinda-
interested all of it.
Right.
And now I don't see like hardly any of that.
Right. Because it just brings you back to despair.
it didn't. Yeah. It did not at that point. Yes. In the beginning it helped. So I was like, okay, this is good.
It does feel good to be seen.
Yes.
Like it's like, oh, these are people like
Yes.
me. Like you've been through what I've been through.
Yeah. And I'm like, but then at some point you should start showing, like, that's what I try to do when I share the story, is show this happened.
Right.
But this is where you can go.
Right.
And where you can be. Don't
100%.
stay here.
100%.
Like, I don't go on all these podcasts to be like, this is what I went through and this is how awful it is to every day of my life. Like,
Right.
there's one girl that was just like, she'd film herself crying, and this is years later, she'd film herself crying on the floor, which again, like, if you're going through that and that happens, she's trying to
Right.
show that's okay, it's
Yeah.
normal. But it was like so much that
Right.
she had a new husband and stuff.
Right.
And even people would sometimes go, does your new husband ever be like, okay, you kind of got to move on from him, like he's
Yeah.
gone? Because
Right.
she'd say things like, I wonder what it would be like if he was still here. And they're like, does
Yeah.
that hurt your new husband?
Yeah. I actually have a perfect example of that. Like I have a girl that I used to work with and I know really, really well. And her first husband died in a really tragic accident. And since then she is remarried and everything
Right.
like that. He also is a widow.
Okay.
Her new husband. And she films content about her other husband still all the time, but it's changed from like grieving to like, this is how I live my life and this is how I still honor my husband for his children, while still like kind of respecting my new house. She was like, but it's all about like that conversation. So like, obviously if your partner's uncomfortable with that, then maybe they're not the partner for you, like, but also like after a certain point, it's like, okay, are you doing this for the views? Like, are you doing this for the views?
Exactly.
Because do you still every single day wake up and you're still not over your ex and you're still, then why would you go and start an entire new family?
It's not
if you're
fair
not ready to
anybody,
move on,
and
then
that's
don't
why
move
I
on.
didn't start dating or
Right.
doing anything. Because I was like, I need to get
100%.
myself situated here.
Yeah, I am very much a huge advocate of, if you break up with someone, especially if it's like a little fling and you guys weren't anything, whatever, who cares?
Right.
But like, if you were in like a relationship that had deep emotions and deep feelings, or it was long term or anything like that, and you break up, I know so many people like try to say, oh, if you want to get over him, get under somebody else, or oh, move on,
Yeah,
do
and
that,
that's
blah blah.
not correct.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Be single.
Well, and my situation too was not even just it wasn't recovering from the deep loss of love. It was recovering from the trauma of the
Right.
relationship. Like,
Exactly.
that was on and off for so long.
Well,
and
I mean, but you had love.
yeah, of course.
So
I mean,
that's the-
you have you have to.
Yeah.
had there's
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
be. But it's like at that point the trauma was so
Right.
severe,
Right.
like that it's like you're
Yeah.
also recovering from
Yeah,
that.
and
Like it
people
was
will
like,
try to take advantage of you in that state as
Oh,
well, which is
100%.
insane to me.
because it's like at that point, it's like we probably wouldn't be together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking it's not like we were like, I don't think we would have lasted. Let's put it
Right,
that way.
yeah,
We
yeah.
still would have been.
No, eventually you would have not been together,
Correct.
regardless of the
correct
situation.
So I feel like maybe there is a difference between the people that are like, that was my forever person.
Right,
We had like a
right.
good relationship. Like
Right.
it might, like that I could see
Yeah.
being a harder thing to get.
Yeah.
over. That sounds awful. I don't know how to put it because it sounds
No,
like I'm like,
no.
so I was just like, whatever. I wasn't.
No, but it
because I
is,
still had to witness something horrific. My son still had to lose his
Yeah,
father.
right.
His daughter still had to lose her father.
Right.
Like even, so it's not that I'm
But-
minimizing it.
Right, but
It's
it was
just-
easier for you because of the circumstances,
Yeah.
And so my uncle, my aunt passed away when I was 17. I have her initials tattooed behind my ear, and he was remarried before he was able to afford to get the tattoo in her honor. His
Wow.
new wife helped him design that tattoo because she knew that like he loved her very much, and she just
Like she was
died.
support.
She was very supportive. And also it's like just one of those things, like if my aunt hadn't died, they would still be together. Like
That's
it's
what I'm
like,
saying. It's like,
yeah,
I do see there is a
they
difference
loved each
there.
other very, very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And so like that's the thing. It's like he waited to like get the tattoo in honor of her, but it was just because like he didn't have the time, he couldn't afford it. He got taken advantage of by people when he
Yeah.
was grieving, which was crazy to me because I'm like, what the heck? Like and especially because like it was with somebody that like publicly had declared my aunt as like one of her best friends. And like it's just a lot, but he also, so it is different when it is somebody that you would still be with regardless of the situation. It makes it harder, but also it's like you have to be having that conversation with your partner.
Yes,
like first and
absolutely.
foremost, and like both of the situations that I talked about, both of them have very, very, very good communication with their partner.
Right.
And so it's like, if that's something that makes them uncomfortable, obviously don't do it. And maybe that's not the partner for you.
Yeah.
And if you can't move on, then maybe you shouldn't.
Exactly. Like if you're to the point where you just simply can't move
Right.
forward and you're just like, well, I don't want to be alone, but I
Right.
don't want to
And
let
I
this person
understand
go.
that.
Like
Right.
that's okay to also just be like, I need to take some time.
Right.
Yeah.
And because even me, like it's very, very hard for me to like move on. Like it's very hard for me to move on. And especially like, I have that one ex that like I will always have feelings for, but does that mean that I need to be interlinked? No. But like it's one of those things where I'm like, I still don't think that I'm in a place in my life that I won't be comparing my new partner to him, and until I'm in a place where I'm not going to play the comparison
don't want
game.
that.
Exactly. Then I'm not ready.
Yeah.
So it's like, would I love to be in a relationship and build a family and start all of these things? Absolutely. That is literally what I want with my life. But if I know that I'm going to sit here and compare you to my ex still,
Yeah.
I'm not ready to move on, like, or forward. I'm not ready
Yeah.
to like take the next step in my life. Like I'm not ready to do that. And so I feel like, eventually I will be, and I'm definitely more ready now than I was like 6 months ago,
for sure, for sure.
But it's also like crazy to me to think that like, well, people use people as a Band-Aid,
Yeah.
and it's gross. I'm like, it's a
disgusting.
person.
Like
I'm like,
I think I'm sorry everybody out there, but I think that's so disturbing.
it is.
And like just strange, and like that you should never use another human being to like
Right.
heal
To
or
heal you, yeah.
do
Like, because that's not fair. Because then what? Because then what are you offering that like I'm very big on like alchemy, the law of equivalent exchange. Like I really, really, really love that because it applies in like every like religion, like thing, everything that you do in life. You're going to get what you give.
right.
Like whatever you put into something, that's what you're going to get back out of it. So like if you're like dedicating all this time to the gym, your bod's probably going to get really good.
Right.
If you're doing, dedicating all this time to studying, you're probably going to get smarter. Like if you're dedicating all this time to patience, guess what? You probably have it. Like it's like those things. So it's like you have to give what you get. And so if you're just taking And
Yeah.
like, oh, this person healed me. This person healed me. I can't do anything without this person. Stop. You have to be in control of your healing yourself. Like, can they be there to support you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
100%.
I can speak from experience.
Can they hold
of
your hand
that.
through
Yeah.
it? Yes, 100%. But
Yes.
you have to, it's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can make them
Yes.
drink.
Yes.
Like, you have to
Like,
drink.
You
like,
have to be like in a place where it's not that you're looking for somebody to like fix it all or fix you. And
right.
that's like the beauty of it is I wasn't. And
Right.
it's like, I think when people do that, I do know people that have done that, and some of them are still with each other. Some of them aren't, but they're like, there's like a little bit of like a regret. And it's not even because the person's a bad person, but they're like, maybe this wasn't the right situation, but I jumped
100%
on it when I was vulnerable and wasn't thinking right.
I just wanted love right at that moment. It felt so good.
Yeah.
But now I'm 2 months into this relationship with this person that I actually hate.
Yeah.
Turns
And
out I
it's,
hate
again, they're
this
not a
person.
bad person.
They're not
It
a bad
has
person.
nothing to do with that.
They are just not compatible with you.
Yes.
You were compatible that one night when you were both wasted.
Right.
Because
Or you were crying and they were there.
and they were
or
there. They're
whatever it
patting.
may
They're
be.
patting you on the shoulder.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they're being there for you in your time of need.
Yeah.
I was like, but that's when the weasels try to get you.
Yes, it is.
That's when the brokies try to move in with you too.
Yes, it
They're like,
is.
I can come stay with you to make you feel.
Yeah.
Get your own house.
Get your own fucking house.
Get your own house.
So, I mean, the whole thing was just about, the social media aspect of it. And we've seen it. We've seen it. There are, 9-year-old little girls on Instagram that their parents, oddly enough, are exploiting them. And they're like, page ran by mom. I don't give a shit what you say.
Yeah.
The fact that you're putting the picture
and posing your kids that way and in those kind of outfits, like, especially like, okay, this is one thing that really, really gets me. I was friends with a lot of girls that did dance growing up.
Okay.
And I was friends with a lot of girls that were cheerleaders growing up. A lot of these girls, very innocent, very not like aware of what it looks like really sweet girls. And a few of them, surprise, surprise, the ones whose mothers didn't care about them were definitely rolling that skirt. We're definitely like putting on the Victoria's Secret bras. We're definitely like sexualizing themselves because that's how they're seeing their parents get attention. And so attention feels good. Yeah. To be the one everyone's paying attention to feels good. And like to stand out from the other people, whatever you want to call it, it feels good. Like it feels nice. Like all of these people, you're getting thousands of likes because you're a kid. Yeah. It's not because you look like a sexy grown-up. It's because you look like a child.
Even the ones that say ran by mom or whatever, you're not going to tell me that they're saying we're taking a picture for social media. You got 1,000 likes. You got 5,000 followers, like whatever it may be. Like they're involved somewhat.
Right. And then also ran by mom. What do you mean?
Like saying monitored by mom.
How do you have a catalog of your child like that?
And why are grown men commenting and saying, look at that body.
Why are you having a public profile of your child?
Oh, wow. I love those legs on a 9-year-old little girl.
That's weird.
You should be calling the police.
Yeah, because also you shouldn't, your underage child should not have a public account that you're parading her in front of grown men on the internet. That's disgusting.
And that's why these apps exist, is because that somehow, because they're saying that like the parents have to like help. I don't know that that's verified that the parents have to help set it up. I think they might be able to set it up themselves.
Parents don't have to help set
Let's be real.
anything up. Like you just have to click I'm over this age.
Right.
That's how they get away with it.
I mean, kids make their own Snapchats. Kids make their own Roblox.
Well, yeah, that's how they get away with it. Not even that. That's how they get away with selling THC online. That's how they get away with selling liquor online. That's how they get away with selling porn. All of that. All you have to do is click a button that says you're over 18. That's all you have to do. Yeah. You don't have to verify nothing.
Now, there are some
liquor deliveries. They do verify at the door usually.
Even
but
vape. There's some vape companies, like legit vape companies, because they changed the age to like 21. Bradley's 20, and he likes to vape, and whatever. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it, but so
I can't say anything. I'd be vaping.
Allegedly, I heard that you have to put in your ID to get it. Like you have to.
Yeah.
And it has to be matches the billing address.
Yeah.
Like you can't do the whole thing where you're like, hey, just put in your ID.
Yeah.
So you have to either have this person pay for it. Like it has to
Right.
have the matching name on the credit card, the ID,
Yeah.
the address. Like you can't ship it to a different address.
Crazy.
So I'm like, okay.
Right.
That's what's
and
up.
I do know in stores, like they scan your ID now. They
Yeah.
don't just look at it.
Yeah.
They scan that and they're like, hey, this is fake.
Because Ani's 21 now, and she like went to a smoke shop, and she's like, I was finally like able to show my ID, and they didn't ask her. She's like, they are so strict usually to the point where like if somebody else is with you, they're gonna be like, no, like who is that? You can't even like go in with somebody else, even just to get a freaking vape or something.
This is true.
And so she was like,
yeah. I think it's
Really?
funny. No, literally.
Really?
I think it's so funny. They always be IDing me. I'm like,
right? I think if I did meet, I think it's just a technicality. Like I know I don't be looking under 18 or 21.
yeah, I'm like,
But yeah, so that brings us to One Arm. What is it?
I think it's called Brand Army.
Brand Army.
Yeah.
Brand Army is under the guise of
I think it's like, it's
brand-
not 13. I think it's like 16 or something like that.
No.
Is it 13 too?
no.
It's younger.
There's 9-year-olds on there. There's 8-year-olds on there. There's
I
5-year-olds on there.
thought Brand Army was older.
No.
That's gross.
You have to be under 16. There's an age limit of the oldness.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yes, I think I sent you the Alaskan
No,
Avenger.
that's what it is.
You
I
have to be
remember
under
16, yeah.
16. And you have to be over 18
To subscribe.
to subscribe.
Which is weird.
What are we doing?
That's weird.
Like, where are we in society?
right, where you're having
Why
to, like,
would, like, what? Tessa, in the contract for Brand Army, it says that you need to provide 50% of your content in a bikini.
That's crazy. I know they have like, you have to like, for every 2 bikini photos you have to post like a clothed photo or something like that.
Yeah,
And,
like there's like
I'm like,
weird.
but why do you have
and then they
so
say,
many
but it's just a
kids?
guideline. You don't have to, but you do have to. Also have to, and like we just will drop you if you don't.
Right.
So, but they added like a little thing like you don't have to.
Right.
But you do.
But they won't like push your content.
like,
but
we're
it's
just,
like,
like,
but
not gonna,
why
like-
is like content creation so like, I'm being so for real, like, yes, obviously what we're doing right now is content creation, but that's because we both love to yap. We both love, and I like
but
to
we're
share my
not
opinion.
like so you have to be.
No, I don't
can't
even
even,
mean,
like-
I'm not even talking about age things
Oh,
in
oh,
general.
oh.
I just mean content creation
Right.
in general. Why is that everyone's desire all of the sudden?
I don't know.
I'm like, I want to podcast for that strange little cult of people that I know are going to listen to me.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
we have that interaction. And I've always done internet stuff since as long as I can remember. Like, I've always been doing photo shoots. I've always been doing, and not gross ones. I think even as an adult in my adult body, I try to do, if I'm doing sexy, it's still modest sexy.
Yeah.
It's like, just because like, I don't think that everyone on the internet deserves to see.
Right.
You know, that's reserved for my husband. Like, yeah, I'm sure you can imagine, but
Right.
that's just gonna have to be your imagination. Like,
Yeah.
you're
No.
like,
It's
but it's the push for the content creation, because like they're selling this false reality of like a financial freedom, but I'm like, it's the same thing as OnlyFans, guys. Only like literally the top like 0.01% are making enough money to like actually survive. Like,
right.
like the people that are making money online are not doing it via content creation. They're doing it via like other things, other methods. Like, it's not what you think that it is. Like, and I wish that more people would just be honest about that. It genuinely, you have to be like either really pretty, really funny, really interesting, or know somebody that is.
Or you have to do weird shit.
Yeah, or you have to do weird shit, like very weird shit.
Because what happens is the demographic for the weird shit is a little bit less. I mean, there's plenty of weirdos out there, but a little bit less. So your subscription based platforms, you're going to get more. Like, you know, there's less women that shit on the floor.
Right.
Than
but everybody
don't.
that's
But the people
that's
that
looking
are into
for that
are going to be like, oh, I found one.
It's like a cult following. It's not like,
so you're now gonna have more subscribers naturally because there's less of that happening.
Right.
So you have to get into weird fetish shit.
right. And it's like, you
And-
have to start doing things that other people aren't doing, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes. So with that being said, then comes in underage shit.
Right.
So WIZZ and Brand Army are considered the Tinder and OnlyFans for kids.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Which is
so
insane
yes,
to
they're
me.
not doing full sexual content on Brand Army, but at what
And
point?
these are just the websites that are available on the regular web. We're not even talking about dark web stuff.
Right. So
Like-
the dark web. So men that are into Brand Army
Right.
are going to then go,
Yeah.
this is just not, these bikinis are
By
not
the way,
doing it
the
for
dark
me.
web, you can't Google how to get to the dark web, guys. It's just a separate browser. You know how you have Safari versus Google Chrome?
Right.
Dark web is just another browser
Yeah.
that
which we're
allows you
not
to look at that kind of stuff. So
telling you how to do this, but it's like,
they can find you if you
yeah.
find it.
And if we find
You want to get your
out,
house swatted?
we'll fucking find you ourselves.
Yeah.
Allegedly, maybe. I don't know. So it's like now we've created a legal way of exploiting children.
Exploiting kids. And it's like,
In a really disturbing way, because if you're being told you have to wear bikinis, for what reason?
right. Why? That's weird. That's weird.
And then the Alaskan Avenger said that in some of the, because he's like, it made me uncomfortable to go to this website.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, but he's like, I had to, like, I don't know if
Yeah.
he went to the website or just researching it at all. He's like,
Yeah.
it actually just was like
Right.
disturbing to me. And he's like, and it should disturb and really enrage people. But one of the things he was saying is that like I think you can comment on the pictures. Like he was talking
don't
about
know.
like, cause it's
Yeah.
subscription based. So you can do, and that, he had heard that, you know, the men are saying really nasty things
Well,
about
yeah.
these little girls.
Yeah.
They're not like, oh, how cute. They're like, oh no, what I would do to that.
Yeah.
Like she should move her bathing suit over to the side.
Right.
Like, and we're talking 9, 7, 5. He said one of the
Yeah.
youngest was like 4.
That's crazy.
So again, the parents.
So the parents are
need
doing
to
that. Yeah.
be
No, and that's the thing, like for me too, because like I have like nieces and nephews and stuff, and I have this niece that that likes to do photos and stuff, and I
Yeah.
like to do photos. She'll take pictures of me. I'm like, actually, can you get? I'm not gonna pose inappropriately in front of her because that's weird.
Right.
But so when I will take her pictures too, I guide her to not be inappropriate. Because that's the right thing to do.
Correct.
I'm like, hey, close your legs, put your hands here.
Yeah.
You know, like, no, just, you know, turn to the side a little. Like,
Yeah.
you don't gotta
Yeah.
show everything. Like, because that's the right thing to do. Like, as an adult, like, and am I posting these photos on the internet? No, I'm just giving them to her. I'm giving her because she's 8 and she wants
Yeah.
to see photos of herself. So
Yeah.
I just send them all to her. And
You're not going to post publicly
Right.
pictures of a photo
For
shoot of a
what?
little girl.
for what?
And not, because I know people are going to be like, well, what about photography pages? What about this? What about that? And it's like,
but that's
okay,
different. They're being
they're different.
modest.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Like they're
in
not,
a bikini.
It's not. We're not doing bondage for kids.
oh my God.
Like,
The fact of the matter that if you have, here, let's ruffle some feathers.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a daughter, a teenage daughter,
or son. 'Cause
right.
I see it a lot with boys too.
But if you have a teenage daughter that dresses a certain type of way and you don't stop that,
Right.
and I'm talking like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
purposefully
like, I don't
dressing
mean like
a certain
it's just a
type of way.
teenage girl that's wearing a crop top. Like,
Yeah.
okay, bellies are gonna show sometimes.
Right.
It's okay.
And even so, I'm like, do you really need to wear that? But like, I get
yeah.
it.
But that's just because we're protective.
Right.
Yeah.
But especially like as a father, like
Yeah.
if you're letting your daughter act, dress, talk, behave
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like an older sexual
Right.
like object,
Right.
you got what's coming to you, buddy. And that's
Well, not
that's
even that. Like,
unfortunate
if
to
your
that
daughter's
child.
doing those things, someone has molested her.
Oh yes. If your daughter's doing those things, maybe you should be like, why are you so
doing
sexual?
these things? Why are you hypersexual? What's going on?
Why
Like-
are you showing your body off? Why are you doing this?
Like,
are
why do you
doing
have this
that?
desire to do this? Like,
Yes.
who
Like, we talked
taught
about
you
kids that
this?
flash.
Who taught you this?
It's not just
Yeah.
cute, funny, ha ha ha. They're flashing. Oh my gosh, like they're showing their
No,
butt,
it's
and their
like, how
privates,
do
and
you
their
know?
boobs, and they, especially little girls that are 5, going,
Right.
look at my boobs.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know. Like, I probably saw Girls Gone Wild when I was that age. So if I'm not watching Girls Gone Wild, I'm not 5 years old thinking, oh,
Right.
let me show my boobies.
Right. And at that point, it was like a late night commercial.
Yeah.
That people were like, oh
Literally.
my gosh, I woke up late and saw that. And even as
Yeah.
kids at that age, we were like, oh my God.
What's this? And it's
Yeah,
like
like-
censored. It's
yeah.
like Girls Gone Wild. I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
And you're like, whoa, this is bad. This is
Right.
crazy. Like,
And it's like crazy that that's like
that was the craziest thing
that was like,
at that point.
yeah.
I mean,
And it was like, you could only see it after 10 p.m. Like
yeah.
very, very
Now
late.
You
like,
just turn on the TV at 6 a.m. and you're ready to go.
Girls Gone Wild.
You've
It's
got,
like, what?
you've got just regular TV shows
Right. That are like,
that are probably worse.
yeah, no, literally.
And, oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure worse than that.
Oh, I know. Like all the American Pies, like,
Even just regular shows, like you said, like all the housewives, like, yeah, they're not
Skins.
full frontal nudity, but the acts and the
Yeah.
discussions and stuff
Yeah,
are like
yeah.
really easy to come
and
by now.
the like reality shows, like they're in the boom boom rooms, and
Right.
like we know what you're doing in there. We can hear,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people know. And then what's gonna happen? A kid who has unrestricted access to the internet. What are they doing in there?
Yeah.
What happens in a boom boom room?
Right, right.
What is this? What is that? It's so
But
easy.
I
like-
think that that's a really good point you made, is why is your daughter or son, like you said,
Yeah.
but more likely the daughter is going to dress
hypersexual. Yeah.
a certain type of way.
Yeah, like
But why
boys
are
don't
your
have the
children
same.
hypersexual? Whether
Yeah.
it even be a boy, because
If
people,
it's a boy, if your son is sleeping with a whole bunch of different women, like
Yeah.
in high school, like
Yeah.
girls, let me not say women, girls in high school, because he's also a boy. They're both children.
Yeah.
But if he's sleeping with a lot of them, something is probably going on.
if they're show, you know what, and every man out there is going to go, no, that's just a boy, that's just normal. But if they're showing a hyper fixation on
Yeah.
porn and on,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter about their hormones. It's been
Like,
proven
it's
by doctors.
normal,
It's been
yeah.
proven by men that admit to themselves and aren't in denial
Mm-hmm.
that if there is that hyper, like you're like, hey man, you
Yeah.
shouldn't be watching this kind of weird shit, and then they find ways, they literally jump through hoops and will do anything to
So
do it.
watch the weird
it's
stuff.
like,
Like,
what is?
I understand.
There's more
like,
to it.
when
It's not just
you-
hormones and being horny
Yeah,
little kid.
because
Sorry.
that's normal. That's
Yes,
normal.
that's what I'm saying.
Like some boys, like they feel like they need to like do this like 5-10 times a day. Like I think at some point in time, like in puberty, I think that actually is normal. But it's like once you're like watching the weird porn and like sleeping with a bunch of different girls and then having to do more and more and more to satisfy whatever you're trying to satisfy,
Yeah.
that's like, hey, an addiction is happening.
Yeah.
And you need to figure out why you're
And
getting
now
addicted to this thing.
all they have to do is download the WIZZ app
Yeah.
and make it really easy. They don't even have to, like, so now I think it's very easy for parents. And
Well,
I think
it's not even. They
parents-
can just download Tinder. That's the thing.
Right.
There's no
I think
age
it's
verification
very-
on Tinder. Like
think
you can
it's-
have an unverified profile.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. That's even more wild.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they'll feel like they're not doing something as
Right.
like bad, and they know there's other
Well-
young kids that are either adults pretending to be young kids or actual young kids.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like, if they're able to do that and it's legal, like they're not
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
lying, they're actual kids
Yeah.
that are going on there, and it feels harmless, and it's just like Snapchat. And
Mm-hmm. I
it's
don't know.
just like
I feel like this is like because the more that I'm thinking about it, the more that I'm like, up until like this kind of research, I'd never heard of these before.
Right.
And like, I'm not somebody that like I don't have a reason to have heard of them, but
Yeah.
I do have a lot of like, I have nieces and nephews
Yeah.
and like clients that are in high school and like all of this stuff, and I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
So it's making me think that it was specifically designed by and for pedophiles.
100%.
Like,
Like,
I don't-
why
I
do
don't
we have
think-
to find out about this through the grapevine?
No,
Like,
people's parents are putting them on it because I know.
Yeah, I agree.
Piper Raquel, the one that was 17 and hanging
Yes,
out with the Bop
yes.
House, and then she turned 18
Yes.
and whatever.
the one that the mom
her
exploited.
mom,
Yeah.
her mom started selling her panties when she was
Yeah.
7.
No, it's the parents.
And so that's what I'm like, I don't think this is like they're saying it's marketed as like Tinder for kids, but I'm like, marketed to who?
You have to. No, Brand Army, you have to be 18. So you're marketed to a pedophile.
Right.
Period. End of discussion.
Right.
The WIZZ app is saying it's marketed towards the 13 to 24 thing. So if a 24-year-old is allowed to be on there,
Yeah.
and they're talking to it doesn't say that you're not allowed to talk to a 13-year-old. It says
Right.
age matched, age verified, or not. What did it say?
Age matched conversations or whatever, communications.
Age matched chatting. Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. So, but that doesn't say that it's not allowed.
Yeah.
Like that there's not ways around that.
It just makes me feel like it is literally just a pedophile website because
100%.
The high school kids, this is what I'm saying. Like high school kids are on Hinge. High school kids are on Tinder. High school kids are on Bumble. They're not on these random chat apps. That's literal like middle school kids only.
Yeah.
Because they're not, like, no offense, but they're not smart enough yet to know that that's like not a normal thing.
Yeah.
And so like I like, that's the thing that's like really sticking with me is I'm like, no, because these kids that want to do those kind of things, the kids that want to be on here like doing Tinder for kids or whatever, that want to talk to, they're just doing that.
Right.
Like they're smart. High school kids are smart enough to know like, oh, the only reason you would get on that app is knowing that you could take advantage of pedophiles.
Right.
Or your parents know that they could take advantage of pedophiles, but they're exploiting you to do it.
Yeah.
And so that's crazy to me. Cause like I was like, before this I had never heard of, like, until those videos that one day, like I had never heard of either of these things.
Yeah.
And I just like, not that I talk to every single kid ever, but I just like, a lot of my clients are like really real with me and they like gossip with me and talk to me about like lots of stuff that they see going on and whatever. And I've heard some crazy stuff, but I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, oh, so we're just like literally exposing pedophiles right now. Like that's literally all it is.
And it's like if you're not going through your kids' stuff, I'm sorry, you need to. There is no privacy. Privacy is not a thing. Privacy is not a thing with husband and wife. Privacy is not a thing with parents and kids. Like privacy is not designed to be a one size fits all. Yeah. And this whole thing where like people deserve their privacy. It's like, no, they don't. Sorry, not in all situations. They don't.
Yeah.
In many situations they do.
Right.
But not in all. And your kids are fucking one of them. They do not get privacy. Now, if they're in the restroom, going to the restroom or changing, should you walk in there when they're 13, 14, 15 years old? No.
Yeah.
There is an element of dignity and privacy in that aspect. But their phones, their laptops, they're all that does not get privacy. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's fair to go through like a kid's diary. I don't think that's fair.
They're private.
No.
Well, and here's where, as a mom, I'll tell you the rebuttal to that, but go ahead.
No, I just don't think it's fair. Like I understand like going through their phone to see if they're doing something like that they shouldn't be doing or communicating with somebody that they shouldn't be communicating with. But like when it comes to like the journal, because my mom used to go through my journal, right?
Well, and that you have a trauma associated with it, but I'll explain.
And so it's like while yes, to a certain point, like if it's a young kid and maybe they're like confessing something or whatever, but the second you go through it, that they're never going to be able to feel like they can have a space where they can just say something.
You should probably do it. And again, you have the right as a parent. You should probably do it secretly.
Yeah.
Because they do need to feel like they can have an outlet. But there has been suicide prevention by doing that. There has been rapes that have been found out by doing that because they didn't tell anybody and they're writing it in their journal. So as a parent, you look at that and you're like, they've been being molested for 2 years. Had you not read that, you wouldn't know.
Right.
And there's been kids that are like, I'm going to kill myself tomorrow. Right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So it's like, there's still no privacy. Now, should you weaponize that against them?
Yeah.
Use that to like, haha, I read this and this and that. Like, or put it in their face that you're doing that and that they don't have that outlet, like you said, because they need to have a healthy outlet to feel safe. Like they're not going to get judged or in trouble.
Right.
So I do think that it should be viewed, it should not be used. And they don't need to know that you did that.
Yeah. I think the thing is though, if you read your kid's journal and you found out they've been molested for 2 years, what are you going to do? They're going to know and then internalize that and never
at that point they need to know.
Yeah. Well,
and
I mean, but that's
then
the
it needs to be, they can't be helping themselves by writing in the journal. They need to have help and you need to help them and you need to find out how this happened, who, what, where, when, how, and stop it. And, you know, like it could be a neighbor that you're letting them go to their house every weekend. Yeah. And it's like, then you can say, okay, well, I'm glad that you have your journal. Like you can still talk about this. You can still get this out, but we need to do this like professionally, unfortunately.
Right.
you by yourself writing in your journal is not healthy and we need to stop this.
Right.
Like sometimes they don't stop, you know, it could be
Yeah.
an uncle and they're like, oh my gosh, I have to see Uncle Tom tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm so scared, but I don't want to tell my mom. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I wouldn't have known that. But
Right.
it, you know what I mean? Like you have to break that boundary. And unfortunately with kids sometimes, because you experienced it traumatically where you were
think to a certain
had
age,
no,
yeah, but like I think like after a kid is old enough to know what's right and what's wrong, you shouldn't. Like I think like if your kid is like 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, but like once they hit puberty and they understand like what is right and what is wrong, like I don't have kids obviously, so like
and that might change. Your view might change,
right? But I know that when I was like 12 years old and my mom went through my journal, I stopped writing in my journal. I never wrote in it again.
Like
I never had that outlet. I could never trust her again. I could never do and she didn't even do anything, like nothing crazy was in there. She even was like, oh my gosh, you're such a great writer. Like, but the fact that she even went into my journal at all, I felt like there is nothing that I have that is private for myself.
Mine. And I think that speaks volumes though on the unfortunately the relationship that she built with you is you never had safety.
Right.
You never had that feeling. So whereas, you know, I remember things like that sometimes happening and I felt like, well, my parents care about me.
Yeah.
So they don't want me to do this, this, and this.
Right.
Whereas that's all you were holding on to that. You're like, this is literally all I have. That's like my safety and like my privacy and like my one thing. Cause you couldn't really go to your mom and be like, by the way, I'm feeling this, this, and this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I'm saying it's like, it was so traumatic because that was the one thing you had that got taken from you.
Yeah. Yes and no. Cause I could go to my mom about stuff. She was just like, it's just when she was like on her drug things when she was.
But would she give you what you needed?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were like lots of times where like that's the thing, like my mom was a drug addict. She neglected us a lot. She was not there a lot, but I could always go to her.
Okay.
It's just one of those things.
She wasn't like, go away, leave me alone.
No, like when she was on drugs, yes. Neglectful, yes. Right. But if it was like something like that serious, then I knew that I could go to her about it. And so that's the thing. It's like, I feel like whenever you like, and I feel like you're the same way. Like, I feel like you have the type of relationship with your kids that like if something was going on, they would feel comfortable to come and tell you.
More open.
So if you already have that relationship with them and then you also violate their privacy, then I feel like that's like harder.
Yeah.
It's much harder because then it's like, okay, you have to be careful because you could very much damage your relationship by doing that.
It's possible,
so,
but I will be willing to damage my and that's what I'm saying. It's different for everybody. It's not one's right, one's wrong, but I'd be willing to damage my relationship in that moment. Cause I can tell you it'll pass. Like if you have the proper relationship to rebuild, like, you know, and aren't dealing like kind of with what you have to deal with.
Yeah.
But it will pass. But if you violate that and hurt them at that moment and find out something really serious, it's a risk that you have to be willing to take. It is a risk because like you said, it could make them feel like they don't trust you anymore. They can't turn to you. I do think there's certain things where, you know, they confide in you about something, and you don't go tell all their brothers and sisters, you know, like, yes, I do think that there is elements like that. Now if my child came to me and said, don't tell dad this, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm telling my husband. And there are parents that won't. Yeah. That will not tell, like they knew something gnarly and they were just like, I didn't want to break their trust. And it's like, sorry, my husband's going to know, especially if it's their child. Well, it doesn't matter if it's biological or not, but they're going to know.
Yeah. No, I agree with stuff like that. The other thing that I think of is like, this isn't like going through my journal thing, but like when I found out that someone really close to me had gotten like assaulted. Yeah. And I wanted to do something about it. Right. And they said, please don't. Yeah. They're like, I'm not ready.
Are going to.
I'm not ready.
Yeah.
And I need you to wait. And eventually she did. She said she eventually was ready and she addressed the problem and stuff like that. But it's like, so like, I don't know, like that's where it just gets really complicated, and you just got to know the signs, like if something is like looking like it's being harmful, like something's harmful with your child, like something is going on, like because usually kids that are like well adjusted and like all of this stuff, and like I say that, but I was very much presenting as well adjusted, so
yeah, and they
like,
sometimes do, and it's shocking until you find stuff.
Right.
I mean, I can tell you with my own kids, there's over the years, you know, the older kids, like there's stuff I found that was quite shocking, and I wouldn't have guessed it or known it, or and it that needed to be addressed and stopped and discussed and explained and talked about, and that could have been more damaging than violating their privacy and letting them figure it out on their own. So there is it's a very sticky situation, and there's no right or wrong. You have to do what you feel is best, but it is a hard it's a hard one.
I agree. I think it's like really difficult. And obviously my perspective is coming from someone who was violated in that way, and not like somebody that is like, oh my gosh, like I've gone through people's phones. Absolutely. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Duh.
I don't care
But when
about
like, and that's
privacy
what
like
the
that.
thing when it comes to your kid, it's like, and again, you might
Right.
say, you know what, my mom did this to me, and I'm not going to do it to my
Yeah,
child.
yeah.
There was an episode of Roseanne I saw once, and she's like, my mom used to do this, go through my journal, and she was, I always said I never wanted to be like my mom.
Yeah. And she
And
started,
then
I think I know which episode
she
you're
was
talking
like,
about.
Jackie was like, her sister was like, but, and she was like, ugh, okay. And like they looked at it, and they did find out like she was smoking, and it's like, okay, but she did say that she was like, I didn't want to do what my mom did to me, but now I kind of get it.
Right.
And I realized, oh wait, my mom actually just cared about me.
Right.
And wasn't trying to hurt me
Right.
and violate me, was actually just like, I want to make sure they're good.
Right.
So it's like, it could come full circle. It might not. You could be like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Oh, I can't make any promises. I'm just saying, like, I can just say how it definitely feels. How it felt. So like, but I can't make any promises that I will never do something like that. Like, and especially if there are signs that something is going on.
For sure.
Like, if there are signs that something is going on, I think like anything I said is null and void.
Yeah.
Because like if like, because everybody knows the signs, like if your kid starts harming small animals and like peeing their bed and lighting things on fire, go through their journal, please. Please go through their journal. If your kid is, you know, starting to be hypersexual all of a sudden and all of this stuff, go through their journal, because something probably happened to them.
And kids don't have journals as much anymore. What they do is
notes app.
Their browser history will tell you a lot. That's almost like a weird way of journaling now. It's like what they're looking up, what they're researching, what they're reading about.
Yeah.
It's like how they're journaling. Like they don't journal as much, like actually write down stuff.
Yeah.
How they're texting, what they're doing. Like it's like weird. Like kids don't journal as much. Like,
well, it's group. There's group chats. There's like private stories. Private stories is how people journal now. Like I wouldn't even say that it's like what they look up. What they look up is just like what they're thinking about, what they're posting on their private stories. That's their like, here's my rant of the day. Like this is what I'm going through.
And
like
again,
blah,
like you
blah,
said,
blah.
that's older, because like younger kids are not going to have social media. They're not going to have. Hopefully, I mean, some kids do. Apparently, they
do, which I don't think they should.
But if you don't allow that, you know, going through the phone is just because they will download it.
Right.
They will.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna download it.
Yeah.
They're gonna download it. They're gonna get social media. They're
unless
gonna
you
hide
put those things on their phone where they can't.
And even those, there's ways around it.
Yeah, like proxies and like
there
websites.
Is so ways around it. Like crazy.
Well, honestly, if your kid is that good at finding ways around it, get them in a coding program.
Right.
Get
like,
them into
utilize it.
Utilize it.
You're so good.
You're so good at finding ways to break the rules. Why don't you be a lawyer?
Like the safety. Parental controls.
You should work for the government. No, like
seriously,
you're that good at breaking the rules, but like legally or technically.
Okay, so back to, you said in high school that kids are using Tinder.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you don't have to put in your ID on Tinder. You don't have to put in your ID. You just pick the year. You just pick the year you're born. Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, all of them. They have options where you can get a verified profile, which you send in your ID,
have to, though.
And you get a little check mark
but that
by your
makes
profile.
People feel more. They say, "Oh, you'll seem more legit."
Yes.
Okay.
Because they do. If you get your profile verified, it is verified. They get your ID. They check it with your pictures. They make sure that it matches, and you're good to go.
Okay. So let me say
you don't
this.
have to do that.
If you do that and you are chatting with a 25-year-old,
yeah. Well, I know, because think about what happened to me. I met him on a dating app. He lied about his age,
But he
to
wasn't
me.
underage.
He wasn't.
So,
but
I'm saying
he
if you're
had been
underage-
doing those kind of things since he was underage.
This is
He had been
sticky.
lying about his age ever since he was like 15, 16. He told me. He was like, I've always liked older women, and
And here's where it can get real dangerous
Mm-hmm.
is if these people meet up and let's say a parent finds out
right,
and then you go, no, I did not know.
right,
And they go, yeah, you did.
right. Well, then you just have the proof.
Yeah, but you're still met up and
Yeah. That's not it's not your
That's not
fault.
their fault,
That's
no.
that's the child's fault. And it's like, yeah, you're victim blaming because it is.
I guess it's your fault for going on Tinder. I'm just kidding.
No, it's the whoever let that kid get on Tinder, that's who's held responsible.
So kids don't just like meet people at the mall.
The mall's dead.
That's all days of the past, right? Like,
Yeah, that's
or
not a
just
thing.
kids that you go to school with, other high schools, dances.
No, they do
football
parties.
games.
They do football games,
But
parties,
people
stuff
aren't-
like that.
Like that's not the only way people are meeting nowadays.
No, it's not. And especially with the rise of OnlyFans, because girls know that they can get on there and they can post half naked pictures, and then people will go find their
Let me
Instagram, and
tell
on their
you.
Instagram they have their thing, and they're getting people to pay them.
Let me tell you, that should disturb many, many, many people out there right now. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about adults that may or may not be talking to underage people.
Right. If she looks like she's 12, she might be.
She might be. I'd be like, can
You
I
need to
see
check that
your ID?
ID.
Like legit.
Exactly.
I've
And you
been
need to
get, like,
check
one of
that
those
ID.
lights and, like,
you
scanners.
need to take a video, say, I need to check your ID on video.
That is
Let me see.
terrifying.
This is the ID.
So a
this is
man
the
could
front,
be out
this is the
there,
back.
not a pedophile.
Yeah.
A man that wants to talk to a girl
Yeah.
and thinks he's talking to a woman and she's 15.
Right. Yeah.
At what point
I know
is
many
that?
I know many girls who lied about their age for a long time to get into
So
the
you know how
industry
we were
early.
talking about like trans people not telling.
Yeah.
We're not going to go too deep into it, but not telling somebody that they are, and that's sexual assault.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Is that sexual assault on the minor's part?
Yes. I 100%
Like you're not
think.
like you're
Yeah.
not consenting to like
Right.
this man is
You
not
would not have
consenting to talk to
consented.
this child because
Exactly.
he's not a pedophile.
Exactly. You would not have consented to talking to this person had you known their actual age. And so that's,
I could never fathom in high school being on any dating site in my
I know
actual
so many
life.
girls. I know so many girls. Like, and I don't even mean from like right now.
And
I mean,
so
that
are they
I was in
so
high
they
school with.
so they tell the guys they're talking to that they're
I know
18,
a girl that's
19,
been doing
20.
it since she was 14 years old and lying about her age and meeting up
So
with men
all
in
you men
hotel
out there
rooms.
possibly are what? So she'd really meet up
From
with them.
14 years old.
So all you men out there are possibly talking to and meeting up with
Children.
And
a lot of them know. But it's plausible deniability because if she keeps saying she's 18, she's like, I'm 18, I'm 18, I'm 18. As long as you say that, you're 18.
Holy guacamole. Well, it's the same thing with porn. We talked about that.
Yeah.
It has been proven, and men, I swear they get so ruffled with this.
Yeah.
I've literally had them be like, you're wrong. Where'd
Right.
you get those stats?
Right.
From the companies, the
Yeah,
websites.
yeah.
They say that they found out that there was underage, unconsenting content creators
Mm-hmm.
and women in the videos that were being sex trafficked that you're watching.
Yeah.
So are you sure you
100%.
don't like it a little bit knowing that?
100%.
Or do you?
And
Or
I
do you not?
definitely think that there's like, so this is one of the things where we like kind of differ on a little bit because like as a whole, I don't support the industry because I don't support the exploitation
yeah.
of women.
Yeah.
But this is where they'll start to be like, well, that's why we do OnlyFans. Because we know this person is not being trafficked. This person is of age because you do have to do age verification on only like you have to submit your ID and stuff. I'm pretty sure.
Do we know that?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
I think that when I tried to make an account because I was creeping,
But okay.
no, you cannot actually click on the profiles if you don't have an account. You can only see the profile.
No, let's say somebody, because this industry can be dark and they have friends and like you said, groomers, women
Right.
groomers.
Yeah.
So let's say they set up the account with their ID and everything.
Right.
But they post your content and you're 16.
Oh, well, then it would have to match. The content would have to match.
But
who
who's
the
monitoring
creator-
it? Just the OnlyFans?
Yeah. And they're pretty serious about it.
Okay.
Like it's one of those things like
Are they though?
pretty like as serious as you can be about
Okay.
it. Like like, I'm sure people are breaking
do they allow
rules,
that?
but I know that they are very publicly against that.
Okay.
But so that's why people are like, okay, well, yeah, that's why I don't go to porn websites anymore. That's why I just go directly to OnlyFans, because I know that these women are of age and they're not being trafficked and they're doing this consensually. Like, it's not. And so then it's like, that's the biggest.
But how do they know that? They don't know that. Just because OnlyFans verifies you, you could have a dude could be like, cool, you're making an OnlyFans and giving me all the money. Like, that's still like abusive, and that's still like exploitation.
But it's way less rare. It's way more rare for that.
I don't know.
Because OnlyFans, it's supposed to be you taking it into your own hands, even though I know.
Yeah,
like,
no, I know.
There's like other things, but it's safer than just a regular porn website. There's way more safeguards in place to prevent child sexual abuse material on OnlyFans than there are on any other regular porn websites. Like, that is true, but it still doesn't mean that OnlyFans is good for people.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I still don't trust anybody that's running in that industry to say, but we're safer, we're this, we're that, we're guidelines. And I do believe there are set forth, but I do believe there's always ways around that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not their fault per se.
Yeah.
But the best way to avoid it
It's just not.
is just like, don't watch it and don't subscribe. It's really simple.
Yeah.
I know we're never going to stop that
It's
or win
never
that
gonna
war.
stop.
But
No,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, if you're like, hey, I don't want to risk,
Yeah. Yeah.
child.
But that's what they think they're doing, is their research.
Right.
I mean, they already think that they're doing that.
risk
Yeah.
by doing that.
That's they already are under the mindset of like, well, I am being safe about it.
But you could be really, it's kind of like abstinence.
Yeah.
Wearing a condom, safer. Abstinence, the safest. Like,
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah, but
the
abstinence has
definite-
never worked. Like, when they push purity culture on teens, they got pregnant more. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you teach,
No, I'm
but you
talking
teach
about
safe
adults.
sex.
The teens,
you teach safe sex.
Teens are a
then-
lost cause. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, you have to teach that. But that point,
Yeah.
you have to be like, okay.
Yeah, I think.
But I'm talking about like adults where if you want a definite and you have
Yeah.
self-control,
Yeah.
then you can decide a definite.
Right.
I'm not saying everybody's gonna do that. We all know they're
No,
not. But
no,
if
yeah.
you really want to be sure,
Yeah.
that is the only option.
Yeah.
That's the only option.
You could check IDs, but yeah,
You have to check.
you have to check IDs,
and you have to make sure they're not fake.
Yeah.
Which probably with AI and whatever else technology there is, they can make
Yeah,
really good.
but
fake ones.
luckily there are not that many child rapists out there. So thank goodness children aren't raping.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't mean people that rape child.
I
I mean
like-
childs that are rapists.
you know what they are, unfortunately. And it does exist, and it is a real thing, and it's not
What?
just playing doctor or house. There are children on children predators,
Oh, most of the
which
most
is wild.
most of it is.
And it gets dismissed because they say, well, they were just two kids. It's like, no, like I said, Dr. Drew, Loveline used to be a really big thing
Yeah.
back in the day. But he was saying that that's just as damaging in a different way, but just
Yeah.
as damaging
Yeah.
and still considered sexual abuse.
Yeah.
Even if your 10-year-old neighbor and
Yeah.
you're 8
Yeah.
does some stuff to you.
100%.
Like, that's not just cute. Like, oh my gosh, they're just playing doctor. They're just being kids. Like, they're exploring.
Yeah.
It's this and that. It's like, no, if they're forcing you to do stuff.
Yeah.
that's-
I meant like 2 adults.
yeah.
But yeah, no. And also you can't hold that kid accountable the same way.
Yeah.
You can't. They're a child. They literally don't know better.
Yeah.
Like, so that's
But
the
that
thing
tells
about
me
it.
also something probably happened to them.
Oh, 100%. You have to learn things.
Yeah.
Like
You're
have
not
to
naturally like, I'm a predator
yeah,
that's
you
going
don't
to force
just
this
wake
other
up
kid to
and
do-
and that's not
Yeah.
like very, 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 very rare cases. Do I think people? I don't think anyone is like born evil, but I do think some people have like some brain traumas that have
Right,
gone on
right.
that like stop them from developing the same as other
Yeah.
people. But I think that like for the most part, like
You're
when
born a
when
sexual
it is
predator.
a kid, when it's a kid on kid thing, like there's not really anything that you can do. Like you can't prosecute that other child no matter what
I
they do.
wonder
Like
if they're-
I mean, not no matter what they do, but like,
Right.
but like you really
I'm sure
can't.
there's some stipulation out there. That's something am curious about, like, legally.
Yeah.
Can you? I'm not saying they're gonna like go to jail, like, but legally.
Yeah, no, you can send them to jail, but I'm just saying, like, that it's not gonna. They don't understand what they're doing, so it's not like a child's mind cannot process a conjunction until they're 9 years old.
I think that they should definitely figure out what happened to them.
Yeah.
Because something happened to them.
Right.
Something happened to the child that's doing that.
Yeah.
For sure.
But it could be as simple as they saw it on a video.
Yeah.
So
it's
like
possible.
Not every child that like
was like
that
assaulted,
was sexually assaulted, but they have definitely been exposed to stuff
to
that they shouldn't have been exposed to. So
something.
Yeah, that's like the thing of it. And so it's like when it comes to like kids and that kind of stuff, like there's really no right answer. Like everyone's a victim.
That's a lot of
everyone's a victim. Yeah. I mean, that's what happened to me. It was another kid. Like
another kid, an older kid usually, not even always an older kid, but sometimes an older kid that's like taking advantage that doesn't necessarily like realize. They kind of know because they know it's
because
wrong.
they've seen and it feels wrong. Like that's the thing. Like when it's happening, you know it feels incorrect. It feels wrong. Like you're not supposed to do it, but you can't like
you're like confused.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? And then
cousins are a big one.
Yeah.
Cousins are a huge one, especially like the younger cousin crowd. You're all hanging out and they say, I think Dr. Drew was talking about that too. That's like huge, like a huge percentage. I don't remember the percentage, but he's like, how many family functions are all the cousins hanging out in like another room, walking to the park, doing whatever.
Right.
And even the older cousins are having to deal with like the young, not like 2-year-olds, but you know, the 10-year-olds, the 9-year-olds.
Right.
And they're like, the adults are all doing their own thing.
Right.
So it is literally like unsupervised.
Right.
And people are like, with their cousins. And it's like, but
they're just people.
They're
kids aren't thinking like, oh, incest.
You're my
They're
blood
thinking,
relative.
What is that?
Yeah.
I've not seen that before. Like, why does that feel that way?
Right. Like I've heard that if you touch this, it feels like this. So why don't you do that? Because I can't go like ask somebody at school to do it. So
yeah. Right. A lot of it is like genuine, like just like child curiosity too. Like it's like you like, but it is just like one of the crazier things. Like there's been so much research that like it damages like your psyche.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
No matter even if you were the kid that wanted to do it, it still damages your psyche.
Yes, you're too young. You're too young to even process that. You're absolutely right.
Exactly.
Like even if it's two consenting kids, like the kid's like, okay, yeah, let's
but
do that.
Kids don't understand.
They don't understand. Exactly.
Like when I was really little, there was this, I was really little. I was probably like 4 or 5. And there was this girl that I think my mom might've been friends with her mom or something like that. Or she lived in my apartment complex. And she was the first person to ever show or tell me what sex was. And I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Which is very little.
And she would, it's to me like now, like I'm like, what the heck were we even doing? She would make me pull down my pants and we would rub our butts together. I'm not kidding. Right. And that's what she told me sex was. And I was like, oh wow, so that's crazy.
This is crazy.
Right. And I was like, why are we, what, you always just want to rub our butts together? That's weird.
Right.
Like, and so like, but I just was like, this is silly.
Right.
Like, why are we doing this? But like, she would always be like, we have to hide. I'm like, why?
It's like she knew, but that
she knew it was wrong.
Like,
and I knew it. I was like, this is weird.
Right.
Like,
right.
But it was crazy. And so I guess my first time I was ever sexually assaulted was by a little girl my own age.
It's so not funny, but it's funny. I get what you're saying.
It's like, am I really bisexual or am I traumatized?
Again, parents have to stop with the crap of being scared or embarrassed to have these conversations. Yeah. I straight up, Logan goes and plays with the neighbors and to their house and goes on the trampoline. There's 20 other kids there. I don't do the whole like, I'm
helicopter
not ready for
mom.
Sleepovers or
yeah. Oh
yeah. No, I
think sleepovers, like I don't mind sleepovers, but there have to be very specific parameters.
Yeah. And
everyone has to have their own separate bed.
People can stay the night here. He's not saying that's like where a lot of shit happens too. Eventually, I mean, like you said, older is different. Yeah. But like
once they're old enough to say something and like know what's wrong.
I had to have the conversation with him because he's over there, and I'm sorry. I know that they're no matter how amazing these parents are. Like,
it's not the parents, it's the kids. Like we just said,
you might not be able to watch them 24/7.
Right.
Like, but I had to tell him, and I straight up told him, and he was like, okay. I was like, you don't touch anybody. Body parts. They don't touch your body parts. They don't tell you to touch theirs or touch yours. You don't show anybody. Like, you know, that may seem crazy or like, oh my gosh, you have to tell your child. I'm like, but he wouldn't know.
Right. Unless you told him. Right.
He wouldn't know. Adults, definitely you don't.
Yeah.
And I told him straight up, like, there's a bunch of kids over there. And I told him, you don't do that. And it's never okay. And you tell us right away if that happens or somebody tells you or somebody shows you. Like, I covered all bases. And it's not to make him scared or paranoid. I didn't make it like it's really bad if you do that. I was just like, you don't do it. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it doesn't have to be like this whole thing.
No, it
because
doesn't have
then
to be
somebody might like
scary.
touch his arm and he's like, you're not allowed to touch me. Like,
and
you
then
can't
they'll be like,
make
my
it
uncle
like,
touched me when you left the room. It's like, what? And he's like,
Right.
what do you mean? On your shoulder, on your shoulder.
right.
Yeah,
like,
but
you
still
have to
touched
like
me. Yeah.
explain it to them in kid terms and not make it the ordeal of the century. Explain it black and white.
Right.
Don't go into it black and white.
Yeah, like,
if
as simple
somebody
as you
touches your
can.
privates,
then
you tell us.
Tell us. Yeah. Like, it's that
And
simple.
if it was a misunderstanding, like you said, somebody went to reach for a ball
Right.
and grabbed, and he goes,
Yeah.
oh, he was just, okay, well, that could be worked out. We can figure
Right.
that out.
But if every time someone is reaching for a ball,
They're touching your
privates,
right.
then it's
So
like, okay.
like, sorry, parents, like, you have to have those awkward conversations. And sometimes, like, the kids might be like, what? Okay. But
Right.
at the end of the day, they'll know in their head, wait, my mom told me this is like
Wrong.
weird. Like,
Yeah,
I
well,
shouldn't
this
be
shouldn't be
doing
happening.
this.
Yeah.
So, and nobody ever told me that.
Right.
Like, literally, no one ever was like, oh, by the way, don't let anybody ever touch your privates and don't
No,
touch your.
my grandma told me that, actually.
Well, your grandma was like,
My grandma was
good-
so paranoid. I love my grandma, and she was a great person to me, but she was also very,
Was she
very
very
paranoid.
paranoid?
So, like, I wasn't really allowed to stay the night at anyone's house. They could come
I
to my
don't
house.
consider that paranoid.
They could come to my
Look.
house, but this was also before. This was like back in like the early 2000s, before it was like, you kids can't stay at
See,
places.
but that tells me that she knows.
Yeah.
She has
Well,
experienced
yeah, something happened to my mom.
So she now thinks to herself,
Right.
I'm not going to let that happen to her.
Right.
So again, a definite would be just don't let her go stay the night at people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm at is even as they get a little 13-year-old girls and stuff, if those people have older brothers, it ain't happening. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm going to let you know, at 13-year-old girls, sometimes it's not the brothers. It's the other girls.
Yeah, no.
That's when
that
my
too.
friend, a lot of my friends started having sex at that age
Yeah.
with each other.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and that's where, and that's where it starts to be like, okay, obviously you can't be doing this, but like, I have to have a different kind of conversation with you because
Right.
you're both like
Right.
okay with this happening with each other.
Right.
And like we need to have a different conversation. You need to just wait a few years.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because that's the other thing is like, I don't think you can stop kids from having sex.
No, I mean,
Like,
you at the end of the day.
but like once they get to the point where like puberty is kicked in and like all of that stuff, like if like once they've already developed the hypersexuality, once they've already started doing the thing, like it's so that's when it gets the hardest, I think.
Well, and that's the thing is parents are afraid to have that conversation earlier because they think that they're giving them the idea
Right,
of it. And it's
right.
like, no, that part is
no, I
human
promise
nature.
if your kid goes to public school by second grade, they know what
that
sex
too.
is.
There's other people, but
Yeah.
there is human nature of those feelings that do happen
Yeah.
naturally. You're not
Yeah.
going to like put it in their head. So it's like, and that's where if you don't talk to them, they are going to be confused and they are going to start
Yeah.
just doing whatever with whatever,
Yeah.
whoever and wherever and however.
No, literally. Well, because that stuff is natural. Like for example, like this child that I know, when she was younger, like she discovered that like when you buckle her into her seatbelt,
Yes.
or when she sits in carts,
I think I remember you telling me that.
yeah, then that makes her
She
feel
just
some
knows
type of
there's
way.
a feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
And nobody ever like it. That just happened because she's just sitting there.
Yeah, no,
And
that's-
so like
yeah.
nobody taught her, nobody anything like that.
Right.
And actually it was because we would go to the grocery store. Hold on.
She what?
We would go to the grocery store and she would just go,
Oh my
she would just
God.
start going and we're like, stop, please stop. Like
How old was she?
she was like 2 or 3. Like,
Oh, shit.
just little. She was
That is
so
very little. But then that's like at that point, then as she gets a little older, you just say,
We started putting her in the other part of the car. And she'd be like, no, I want to go in there. And we're like, no.
oh my God.
But like stuff like that happens. And
Yeah.
so like, not everything that like, not every incident is malicious, but like
No.
I think like that just covers all the bases on like, you know, kids are innocent for the most part. And
No, they
it's
are.
also
They are.
weird
They
that-
are built and born with innocence.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We destroy them in
Yeah.
society. And like you said, it could be just that you didn't realize they were walking by
Right.
and you had some show on that
Right.
was a crazy scene.
Yeah. Yeah. No, literally.
You know.
Yeah. For me, like American Pie, any scary movie, there's like a crazy sex scene in it usually.
Yeah.
So like, it's like, you know, you just can't, kids can't watch that. Like they
No.
can't, you give them the
And
idea.
it might be
like,
accidental, like
yeah.
you said, like
and they're gonna learn about it. So like you just have to have those conversations. And I think that's like the number one way to like start keeping kids safe off of those little
it's
kid
having
Tinders too.
Right. If you're telling them like you telling them, hey, there's this app and I don't want you on it because this and this. Yes.
Yeah.
Are there kids that are gonna be like,
I'm getting
sure,
that app.
mom.
Yeah.
But it's also there's kids that are gonna be like, okay, I don't want to do that.
Right.
And it depends on like how you approach it, the relationship with your kids. And yes, there is always rebellion. Kids will rebel. But with that being said, with giving them the knowledge and information of the situation
Right.
and the bad things that can happen,
Yeah.
at least you're giving them that. And if they make the decision to do it, you can be like, well, oh my God, I should have talked to them. I should have explained it to them. You know, you did. And then you can go from there.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Like, it's not like all kids are told, hey, you're going to get herpes if you have sex. And they're like, I'm never having sex. They're going to be like, I'll figure it out. Like,
My mom showed me, okay, when I was like,
I definitely did that to Bradley too. I
Was
definitely
like-
showed him pictures.
No,
of,
no, no,
like,
it wasn't that.
horrifying STDs.
I was like, because I was like, what's sex? You know, I finally came and asked. I was probably like 11 years old.
Yeah.
My mom showed me a scene of a violent rape and said, that's sex, never do it.
Shut up.
Not kidding. And I literally, like, for so long, I was like, what the frick are you guys wanting to have sex for? That's terrifying.
And
somebody
that's
beats you up.
extremely damaging
Oh, yeah.
to you
It was.
unknowingly.
It was.
Although it worked.
It worked, but like I was like, no.
That was your first
It was like
impression
it was a
and
movie.
exposure.
It was a movie. I can't remember what movie it was, but I remember she was like this, blah blah blah, and I was like,
I get her theory,
yeah.
but that's
I'm like,
now
just
your
show
first,
me STDs.
right?
Like that would have been just as scary. Like I'm
that's
like,
what I thought you were gonna say. I didn't
No,
know you were gonna go
but-
there.
here's what I'll say. It made me have some weird feelings about things,
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
that's a part of something that I have.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that was my first, like,
That's your
I'm like,
first
that's what it
exposure
is.
to it.
So
Yeah,
that's
what do you
I'm
mean?
thinking,
That's
like,
crazy
oh,
work.
if it's
She's
not like this,
savage.
then it's not how it's supposed to
And
be.
that's what I meant by like go to your mom. Like not
Yeah.
that you couldn't go to her, but there were certain things that her approach might have been a little
she was like
unorthodox.
unorthodox is the best way to describe her.
So that's what I meant is like that was still
Unorthodox.
your own safety.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically the moral of the story is there are apps that are always going to be out there. There's going to be ways that your kids are going to get on them and or young people that are going to get on them. Most of them are pedophile and grooming focused.
And if you're not pedophile and grooming focused and you're on there, like, what's wrong with you?
But
like,
wouldn't you be-
It's wrong to be like that focused anyway on those type of things. But if every wall in the house is on fire, you have to wonder, is this building gonna burn down?
Right.
Like, it's like so obvious that is what this is for.
Right.
There's no justification
So,
for having
okay,
your kids on
good
it.
point. If you're 22, so the app is 13 to 24. So you're
Right.
22.
Right.
Do you think you could just go on something
Just
else?
get on Tinder.
Why are you on
If you're
this one?
18,
Why are you
just
on
go
this
on-
one?
yeah, like-
I'm going to call you a pedophile.
Yeah.
If you're on WIZZ, you're a pedophile.
Yeah, 100%.
Unless you're the underage person. But if
and then
you're
if
on
you're the
WIZZ,
underage person,
18
you're
or
definitely being
over.
exploited.
Yes. Yes. If you're 18 or over on WIZZ, you're a pedophile. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on Brand Army ever,
Pedophile.
you're a pedophile.
Because what do you mean you have to be, like, it's 16 and younger, you subscribe, but you have to be over 18 to subscribe to these accounts. You can make the accounts if you're 16, but to look and see and comment,
Like it's like actually.
it's like, this is pedophilia.
you're a pedophile.
What are
Period.
they?
There is no. you're a pedophile.
Yeah, and it's
you don't
crazy.
have to have sex with a minor to be a pedophile. You are looking at children. You're a pedophile, and you're looking at them in a certain type of way. You're not looking at like a little girl with her puppy dog and how sweet and cute that is.
And you're not watching like America's Funniest Home Videos of kids.
No, you're looking
because
at
those
them.
things are funny. Like kids that say cuss words, hilarious. Kids that post in bikinis, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I want to look really quick while we wrap this up.
America's Funniest Home Videos?
No.
Oh.
I'm unfortunately going to type in Brand Army. I'm scared.
I didn't look it up on my phone because I was worried. I have to be 100% real. I was like, I can't do this.
Okay. Your community where you're the boss. The Brand Army community comes with all the right features and tech to manage, connect with, engage, and monetize your social media audiences or organizations. Okay. So they're calling it to build your brand. Okay. And this is where it gets weird is they don't necessarily right away talk about the age stuff. So on the outside, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, what is this?
Build your brand, build your social media page. Like, cool. That sounds awesome.
The other thing I don't get is
the fact that there's children on here.
Right. Like, that's the thing. It's like market, build your brand, do this. I'm sorry, but I was under the impression that child labor was illegal.
Right.
I'm just under the impression that child labor is illegal. But I feel the same way about child actors. I don't think they should.
They're exploited. Sorry.
For
they're
what?
Exploited.
Why do we need a child actor?
Some people that I've known, not really known, but like that I've like, oh, I remember that person. Like where they're doing that with their children and they will they will die on that hill that their child loves it. The child chose to do it at like 4. And it's like, well, yeah, they're probably having fun. They're probably getting candy. Like, they're probably like, they're going to cater to the kids to make it fun for them. But it's like,
but you're taking their childhood away from them, making them act like a child.
You're obviously doing it for yourself. Like the way that they post about it, and they're like, my baby got picked. My baby got a call back. It's like, you're doing this for you.
You're living vicariously through your child, and one day your child's going to resent you for it.
Ask Macaulay Culkin.
Ask Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
Yeah.
Ask.
Yeah. All child actors.
Hey, do you know that Miley Cyrus does not speak to Billy Ray Cyrus?
No, yeah.
Right. Okay. So go ahead and do that at the cost of your relationship with your child. Because I promise you, your child might be mad at you when they're 4 years old and then forget that you didn't let them act because they're 4.
And they may sacrifice you at one point too. So
yeah. Kanye of it all.
You may be sacrificed.
Possibly, but if you're willing to give it all so your kid can be a child actor, you shouldn't be upset about the sacrifice. So I'm just saying, like, I don't understand, like, okay, here's my thing. Okay, if we can have child actors, then why can't I hire a kid for the front desk? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the same type of, it's a job. Like, why can't we hire kids to bag groceries? Actually, bring back all child labor, all or none.
Why can't, like,
let's send them back to the mines. They're
joint.
small. They can fit in there easy, and the mines just getting soot and dirt and minerals.
But they can work as an actor?
They have so much energy. They have so much energy. They have so, kids can run for a long time. We could use kids to power our cities. So I'm just saying, like, why stop at child actors? Why can't we have kid chefs? Why can't we have kid lawyers? I would love to have a kid lawyer. That would be so funny.
Right.
I'd lose probably, but yeah.
I heard noise.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah. So I don't know, like, guys, can you please just stop touching kids? Like, I'm just like being so like, can you please?
I don't even want you looking at them and touching yourself or looking at them any type of way ever.
Yeah. If you get a sexual thought when you look at a child, you just need to what is it? Gouge your eyes out.
I almost said something really probably that would get us canceled.
Just gouge your eyes out.
I was thinking more along the lines of just remove yourself from this.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
We could definitely use them for the labor force, though. So gouge your eyes out and we'll get you in the mines. So, We'll take you to the cheese mines. Just, you don't need vision. You'll never know if someone's a child.
Someone needs to operate a wood chipper and you might fall in it. And
Yeah.
tragic accident.
Yeah, I just think to solve, like, I'm feeling really strongly about the eyes gouging thing because
I really am enjoying
and
that.
I do think that it would be like, and I'm being so serious right now, I think that is like an actual really good option. Because if your eyes are causing you to sin, then gouge them out. If your left hand causes
True.
you to sin, chop
True.
it off, right?
True. But if somebody's a serious pedophile,
Yeah.
I don't think there's like a
Wait,
non-serious
we're never
pedophile.
going to be able to stop them from thinking about kids.
And now what happens when they're like, I can't see them, but I can feel them?
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, what?
They just need to go.
It's just going to be
They're-
a
sorry.
blind man
And
fondling
this
a
is not
child.
Christian of me because you are not supposed to take it into your own hands.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I still stick with the gouging out of the eyes thing because I definitely think that, like, instead of like mass incarcerating people for like stupid little criminal things that they've done, like maybe like steal from Walmart or like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. Let's get those out. I definitely think the eyes thing, I think it could be a really good way to like Hunger Games.
Okay.
Like, I feel like
fine
to
with,
make,
I'm fine with eyes. I'm fine with castration.
yeah.
That part has to be removed.
Like if you,
So they can't harm anybody.
You
'cause
must
you can
become
most
a
definitely
eunuch.
harm somebody.
Yeah, you must become a
without
eunuch.
eyes.
Eunuch and gouge your eyes out. So eunuch means they chop off your pee-pee. And
Which people are doing anyways. So
yeah.
I can't. So
Wow,
just
that's so funny.
art. It's just call it gender affirming care.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Gouge out their eyes, cut off their peepees, and
put them in like these are going to be the people that are, you know, chain gang, like because they need because they can't see, so
Right.
they need to be connected to
you
one
need to
another.
be connected. Yeah, have them
And-
build stuff.
And so, but that's the
Nothing
thing.
that's like dangerous.
At the beginning of the chain, we're gonna have one of those gang members that hates pedophiles, right?
Oh yeah.
So if he even catches you listening in the wrong direction, that chain's getting yanked.
Yeah.
And you guys are all suffering.
Yeah.
So eventually
Yeah.
you have to comply. And I think that that's like a good option because like I
think that's a good option.
I think
this is a solid option.
I think this is a really good plan. I think that like I'm not finding any holes personally in it.
No.
Like I think like it's like, oh yeah, like, oh, what are we supposed to just lock those people away? Well, they can't see anyway.
Yeah.
Like what are they like? And I know that there are blind people out in life that
we'll
like
still
have like
lock them up in a way.
yeah, lock them in their mind only. And you know,
I mean, they can't roam free entirely.
No, because they're harmful and we do
Yeah.
need to excommunicate those people.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. I'm thinking, I don't know, like maybe an island. Maybe like we just put all of them there. Maybe we do like Hunger Games. Maybe we do that. Yeah. Yeah. And so, you know, I feel like that would be really great for entertainment purposes. And it's like you can sign up, and I think people can sign up too. Like, yeah, there are going to be pedophiles that you can kill, but if you want to sign up and you're like a crazy killer person, you want to kill all those people on this island, I mean, who am I to stop you? You know what I mean? Who am I to interfere with that?
And unfortunately, we are going to have to include map people, whatever the fuck.
Minor attracted person.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
You're
shut
not
up.
going to identify as that. We're not going to accept
This isn't
that.
Dora.
We're not.
You are not going to explore anything.
No,
okay?
you're not. And we're not going to allow you to identify as that. You can identify as
A pedophile.
sitting at the island with your eyes gouged
Yeah.
out and your
Yeah, and I do think
body
that
parts
there are
castrated.
people. I do think that there are people that genuinely like. You know how I have that like OCD of like that fear.
Yes.
Which is silly. But I do think that there are genuinely people that hate this part about them, that don't act on it, that want to get better, and I do think that's possible. I think that any person
You can, yeah.
I
You
think
can
it's
heal. You need to
possible.
find Jesus immediately, and that's my
But
belief.
I also think
you
that
need to get
you don't
baptized.
It's one of those
You
things
need
that you don't
to
get like
get mental
second
health.
chances on.
No.
You get one chance. And then if you fail, well, there goes your eyes and your PP.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
that
gone.
really sucks. That's how big of a deal it is.
It's gone.
It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
It's got to go.
drinking and driving, maybe you won't get into a crash,
Yeah.
but you harm one child, you have taken their life. So let's just give me your eyes and pee-pee, and we can move on with our days. We'll use it for things. Because, the other thing that I was thinking is, like, there are actual blind people that can use, like, ocular...
No, their eyes have to go.
Surgeries.
They have to go. They can't be reused. They're tainted. They're tainted.
Well, I think their brain is tainted.
I can't accept eyes that viewed children in that way. I'd be like, I don't want the eyes of a pedophile. So can we make sure it wasn't?
Actually, like, that's fair. Like,
just knowing, like,
give me
those eyes once
pedophile
viewed,
eyes,
right?
Like,
I know that it doesn't quite work like that.
No, but I do think organs hold memories, so
and
it's
trauma,
possible in trauma.
Everything holds trauma.
You'd probably just start having. Like,
but you're right.
violent,
you can heal from anything. You can change. Anything. I mean, again, that's a very controversial thing. But there's people that are like, I'm not attracted to same sex anymore. It is what it is,
Well, even Leo Skeppy, ever since he's gotten into the Bible, he started talking about how he's confused about his sexuality again.
Yeah, no, it's possible. If that's not what you want, it's not going to be possible. Right. But if that's what you want, then it's possible. But if you're like, no, I'm gay, I want to be gay, like, then that's not.
It's okay. It's okay to be gay, right? By the way. Like,
but if you're like, no, I don't want this anymore, like, I want a family. I feel like it's because I have some kind of trauma. I feel like, whatever.
Like, I think that some people are actually gay, and I think some people are performative gay.
Or trauma-induced gay.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, they feel like they have to be because of the things that they've been through. It only makes sense for, this. Like, like men that have been raped, or like, women, same scenario, like you've been put in situations. Like for me, like, I know I'm bisexual, even though I was technically, like, molested by a little girl. Like, I know
that's what did it, Tessa.
I know that's what did it.
You rubbed butts together with
I rubbed butts with a little girl, and now I'm bisexual.
This is where you're at now.
Right.
You can heal.
So I'm like, my thing about it is, it's like, yeah, but like, I am attracted to women. So there's that part of it.
That's why.
Yeah, it could be, but I feel like it's probably...
You'll never know.
It's really, it's
funny.
Like, it's the...
We
I'm
rubbed
like,
butts.
No, literally, and that's what I was...
You're like, I was assaulted by a little girl.
I was, but I participated, but it was also like,
But she led.
Introduced
she
me
led.
to it. Yeah.
She was like, this is what we're
She's
doing,
like, this
and we
is
have
what we're
to hide.
doing.
So.
She's like, we're best friends, so we have sex. I'm like, dang, was her mom a les? I'm just wondering.
No,
like, her mom was...
No,
she probably just saw something. Like, I don't know. I'm like, why do you think this is what best friends do? Like, that's the part that I'm like, now I'm looking back, I'm like,
You're like,
crazy.
What would your mom be doing with her best friend?
Oh,
this is not funny, by the way.
Guess.
We're just
my mom was
dark humor.
My mom was
your mom was just a spirit.
She what is it pansexual?
Right, but that could be, maybe that's why you are.
My mom was pansexual. She would sex.
And I already know people are going to be like, you're born that way.
No, I was born.
No, you're not.
When I was little, I wanted to get married to a man so badly that there was this how to be a teenager. No idea. Like, he early 20s, maybe teenager, was literally like the relative of somebody. I don't know why I was so obsessed with this dude. I'm going to marry you. I'm not kidding. Literally at the Dollar Tree, because I had this, like, in the dress up section, little veil, little shoes, marriage certificate. I gave it to him. I said, we're getting married one day.
And that happens.
And he goes, why would you let her get this?
Right.
What are you doing? And I was like, we're getting married. And he's like, I'm a grown up. Like, but like,
see, and even that, like, little girls do that, but it's like, should you, I mean, in this day and age,
like
back
Prince
in the day,
Charming,
I don't think it was that big of in this day and age, you do got to tell your kid, like, no, that's a grown up, like, you can't, sorry, and also don't ever let grown ups come near you. Like, that's how gross it is that we have to have those conversations now.
Exactly.
But no, that's probably why you're probably like, well, my mom was just anything and everyone, and that's why you're
multiple partners, poly, whatever that is, poly,
Polyamorous.
pansexual,
Oh,
poly,
yeah.
no, all of them. Like I'm saying,
all
she's
of the above,
she's
like
both
literally.
of them. Poly, pansexual. My mom was never trans. She never felt like a man ever.
Right.
But
She identified as a woman and is a woman. She doesn't have to
she threw
identify
hands
as a
like
woman.
a man.
Right.
So that's, I guess technically.
But she that could be why.
Yeah, I'm like, it definitely could be why. I think it's definitely why, like, I was open to
Right.
like, oh, I feel this way. I'm not like, oh my God, I have to be
that's
straight.
weird.
Like,
Yeah.
no, I was like, oh, well, people can be whatever,
Right.
But yeah, so now I just turned bisexual. Well, it's actually like, I did have sex with a couple girls. So that's like as an adult. So, that's like, I'm for sure. Like one time I was like, oh, I'm.
You're saying like you weren't sure if you were?
I would say that.
Oh.
I was like, well, I wasn't sure if I was bisexual or not, so I had to sleep with her to make sure.
But you know what? I still think
I had to sleep with
that
that girl
there's
to make
those
sure.
performative, like you said, girls that are like, but
No,
this is cool.
It wasn't performative. It was an excuse for me because I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not bi. I'm sure.
Like I'm for
sure that I'm
just
not bi
testing
now.
it.
That
I'm
was me.
proving that I'm not.
I'm proving that I'm not bi. Gross. Girls.
It is
No
gross.
way.
That's how I know I'm so straight, because it's fucking gross.
No, because for me, I was like, well, I also, unfortunately, I do love a strip club sometimes.
No.
Like, I know we're so different on that
But
thing,
and that's
I'm
why
like, but I love, like, I think I love looking at hot women. I'm like,
I
yeah, hell yeah.
Could literally go my whole life without looking at another woman.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm like the straightest person ever.
Yeah, I agree. Well, my sister's
And
pretty
there's even people that like straight people that are like, oh, but I can appreciate, like, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that I'm not like, oh, there's no woman on this earth that exists that is not like pretty. I'm saying that
No,
I don't.
You can acknowledge that a woman's pretty without wanting to have
I don't
sex with her.
appreciate it.
Like, you don't want
I
to
don't
sleep with them.
appreciate-
Yeah.
Like some people are like, I really can appreciate that. I
Yeah.
don't. I could care less. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
appreciate it. And I don't. What's it called? Admire it. I don't.
No, dude. And that's how I know that I'm bi.
Right. Like I don't.
Mm-hmm. And it's true. Some people are just like that. I'm like, no, I like, pretty much all of it. All the parts.
Right. And I think that that's trauma.
Yeah.
That's
like,
some kind of trauma that was
okay,
induced.
because I like every single part.
And you just said that your
I
mom's
like-
first experience, your mom showed your first
Showed
experience of violent rape,
rape.
and then proceeded to say that she's pansexual.
Well, no. She
bisexual,
didn't
but-
say. My mom, one thing, she never labeled herself. Ever. I'm labeling her.
Right. She didn't have to because you were exposed to it all.
She just did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so this is that.
Even
Like,
worse.
I'm like, maybe you should have labeled it so I knew.
Right.
I'm like, I do really well with labels, like, not on myself, but like labels like so that I can understand what things are.
Right.
I'm like, okay, this is where the silverware goes. This
Right.
is okay, everything's labeled nicely. Okay, cool. Why are you dating 4 people at the same time? They're all here.
And they're all different genders.
And they're all different ages, too. Like, that was
Come
the
on,
crazy
Mom.
part. It was like, no, literally, like, one time when I was 14, she was dating an 18-year-old boy and, like, a 32-year-old woman and then a 20-something-year-old girl and then also, like, a 60-year-old man at the same time. And everyone was aware of one another. Right.
Yeah, this is all I could really say to that.
Yeah, and I think we really need to be done after that. Like, I think that I am just like, you guys know enough.
I think we're
I've
done.
said too much.
So thank you all for listening. This is why you listen, because you never know. You never know where you're gonna go.
Sometimes we listen and judge.
We did start out with
We listen and we don't
we
judge.
listen and
but
we don't judge, except but then we did say only sometimes.
Yeah, we can judge sometimes. And you know what? I'm realizing that some of these things needed to be judged.
The judgment, it is biblical.
Mm-hmm.
It is biblical. You actually, in some instances, can judge and observe
Yeah.
and decide whether or not you want to partake and or
Right. It's judge not lest ye be judged, and you can judge me.
correct.
Judge for judge. We can go judge
We
for
can
judge.
judge for judge, and we'll see where it takes.
We can judge for judge. You judge me and I'll judge you right back.
because I promise I'm going to judge you harder.
I'm going to judge you under the accordance of the law. This is going to be like a very litigious judging. So I will sue you if I can. So, all right. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, I just feel like I revealed too much information about my family today.
Yeah, there was a lot revealed.
That was like crazy. Like, sorry guys, trauma warning. Okay.
Trigger warning, trauma warning.
Yeah, you at this point you should know that I'm gonna say things. All right, just if you haven't learned by now, well, now you are learning.
Yeah,
now you are learning.
Keep your kids under wraps.
Yeah,
Tessa thinks you should have some privacy. I don't.
I do think you should have some privacy, but I also think
the kids'
that,
privacy. They get none.
You know,
and like I said, can they go in the bathroom and change? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But other than that, they get no privacy.
Right.
None.
I'm just thinking like. So I think some privacy. I think maybe not all privacy. I don't believe in phone privacy. I don't believe in phone privacy, period. But like, you know, there's a couple certain things I'm like, well, I'll give them a little privacy for that.
No.
You know. So
poor my kids. So yeah, no, seriously,
so
poor them. Like, subscribe,
comment,
share, comment.
Yeah.
Like, actually though,
do the things that you want to do, and if you want to, and if
that you want to do,
and if unless it's eye gougeable, and then don't do it.
Oh, if it's eye gougeable and you want to do that, then honestly, don't watch us.
I want to gouge somebody's eyes. Somebody just come, let me gouge.
She's allegedly
consensually. I'll have you sign.
But honestly, if you're anything that we talked about today, we actually just prefer you never to watch us again, and or contact us to schedule an eye gouging.
Yeah. No, I'd still gouge you. If someone's like, I need help, I was like, sign this paper.
Right.
Sign this paper first. I need a bus. Right here.
Really gonna do that.
No. I would never.
Never. Ever would we gouge a pedophile's eyes out. On record, we would not actually do that and castrate them. We would not
never do that. We
do
wouldn't.
that. We wouldn't do that. Okay.
But like grape de-seeders.
So,
sorry. Anyways, apple cores.
Oh,
was there something that you were forgetting?
apple core. There's another. Oh, the cherry pit things.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They go.
But they have big ones, and then they have ones that it punches a hole. It punches a hole right through, and then you just punch a hole.
I think we need to just
punch a hole, remove.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the nuts.
Oh,
and then chop, because I don't want to chop off.
I was thinking
everything.
just a twist.
Just the whole thing.
Twist. You don't know what I'm talking about, but this is hilarious.
No.
You guys, this is hilarious. Anybody that knows what I'm talking about, this
is it a movie?
Just a little twisted. We just twisted. It's an SNL skit.
I hate SNL because it's demonic. You're welcome. It had to be said at some point in the episode.
It's an SNL skit. And
I almost said it about Stranger Things.
How they like. I love Stranger Things.
I held it in though.
Stranger Things.
I told Tyler it's demonic. He watches it too. And I rebuke it in my house. Thank you.
Stranger Things isn't.
I know it fights demons.
It's I was like, if anything, it's like the battle of good and evil.
Until Netflix did its Netflix thing, but we'll move on.
Oh yeah, wait, are you talking about the gay thing? But that wasn't Netflix. Didn't just now do that. They've been calling.
But
they've been calling him gay since season 1.
It's confirmed.
Yeah, but
you said it wasn't out
They've been calling
fully.
him gay since season 1. No, but they have
Tessa's
been
channeling.
No,
her
I'm channeling. Listen,
fucking
one thing
hey
about
mamas.
this is the one thing. Okay,
that was the best clip ever.
I think that the gay scene lasted a little too long, and I didn't necessarily like where it was placed, but they did have to say it because the whole entire all of Stranger Things, from season 1, season 2, every single season, they're talking about how Will is gay. It's just it's confirmed to the audience, but it's not confirmed to the characters. Mm-hmm. They made it clear to the audience that he's gay, but they just didn't make it clear to the rest of the characters that he's gay. Right. So I'm so that's not new. And so it wasn't all of a sudden, but I do agree that Netflix be doing stuff.
Netflix be doing stuff.
Yeah.
Netflix be doing stuff, and it's like a running joke, and they follow through.
Yeah,
They follow through.
really do. They really do. But
So,
right.
and also you guys check out Tessa's shirt really quick.
It says
Alpha Energy all day long.
Alpha Energy.
It's so good.
Like, sorry if you can't see it over my
It's
boobs. And this
so
is Jacob
good.
Taylor Lautner, otherwise known as Jacob Black, Twilight. And these are wolves. And this wolf is snarling.
Yeah, those are alpha wolves.
Alpha wolves. Well, he's the alpha.
Yeah.
And that's who I'm channeling.
Alpha Energy. Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
In the shadows, I found my light. In the chaos, I found